They ain't on yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
You right.
I'm about to take.
Oh, hey.
Okay, we back again. It's that time.
Come on now.
The last Thursday of the month.
Huh.
So y'all know what it is. It's the good old man in the mirror show. And we spelled it THEE because it's a personal thing for each and every person.
It is personal, isn't it?
Personal. And also, what you say, Rodney?
You already know it's the show that matters. That's what it's all about.
Come on, man.
I love it.
And
I love it.
tonight, as usual, we're gonna have a great show, and we have a great panel that we always introduce before we introduce our illustrious. Oh, did I say that right? I gotta try to get that from I said illustrious.
I love what you said.
Yeah, well, most distinguished. Well, the first is a distinguished gentleman to my left.
Oh.
The very astute Mr. Rodney Grimes.
Right.
And y'all already know how I feel every time he introduced me. I feel real proud and honored. And the best part of this is always to my left is the extraordinary Miss Amy Cakes. This lady works harder than anybody I know.
Amy everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy, did you see he just gave you another name?
Nah, I can't take that one.
Yeah,
Somebody
Nudie J, my other
he made
bro.
that one.
They call me Amy everywhere on my other podcast show.
So that's
Cause I'm everywhere.
I was actually on your
Yeah.
show a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I wasn't there.
Yeah, I stumbled in there by accident. I was looking for the other show. And I
Oh, it's
stumbled-
on the other side. Yeah.
And I knew that was there. So I went in there and they said, who's on in the building? Then they told me to come on in and show me love.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So
That's what's up.
the ball in your court.
All right, so I am introducing my big bro, Boo Jones, the quarterback, the coach.
So Nate Jenkins is not in the building tonight. He's out on the scene tracking the weather. I'm just saying, no, he's just not here tonight. But that's the segue into what we're gonna talk about tonight. You know, so just to loosen up a little bit, because tonight we're gonna talk about something real serious,
Super serious.
super serious. The funny bone connected to the. Anyway, we're talking about the gift of laughter. I know, you know, a lot of times we say had to laugh to keep from crying, but I found out that, you know, I was telling them before we came on the show that my family, the Joneses, they are super funny. And this guy we got right here on our panel tonight, our guest, the distinguished funny. That's three funnies.
I take it.
Yeah, Mr. Dave Carter.
Thank y'all, man.
Mr. Carter.
Some call him David.
David Carter, that's right.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something, man. Boot been my man since Westmont Drive 25 years ago, man.
They don't know what that says.
They don't know, but that's all right. You still my man from back in the day on the same block. That's right. So, Boot, I appreciate you having me, man. Thanks a lot. Gonna have some fun, man. That's what it's about.
That's what it's all
So,
about.
so before we even just get all the way through, we're gonna have some guests call in. Mr. Doug Scott, he couldn't make it into the studio right now, but if you come while we doing it, we'll come and get you, Doug.
Hey,
Yeah, we'll come.
we
to
do what we
to
gotta
this.
do.
So you still got the address. If you get here, you welcome. But we're gonna have some surprise guests call in tonight, y'all. So y'all just, you know, hopefully, I can't say what another man gonna do, but they said they was.
You put it out there.
Yeah. If they don't call in, we still gonna have big fun.
It's all about that.
That's right.
Hey, I'm real quick. I wanted to ask somebody to that. Amy, what's the name of your other show?
The after party.
The After Party.
After party.
Yeah, I like that.
The after party.
Okay.
So what that taps on, it's more curtailed around the go-go community. So we talk about the events within, within the community, and then like some of the clubs. I mean, just everything, style, just overall events, current affairs, new music, everything go-go related.
Okay. I just thought I'd did you give that? What they call that?
Plug.
The plug.
Yeah, plug. Shout out a
We,
plug.
we give them a plug
Yeah,
real
we
quick.
get plugs in. We
Yeah.
don't care.
We,
know,
we support
we're gonna show
everybody.
you how to send the love, how to
Right.
show love. We're gonna
Right.
do it by our actions, and that's just like with the guy Dave. And I love Dave. I've been knowing Dave since, like he said, since we was kids, and we lived across the street from each other.
Yes, sir.
Y'all used to throw rocks at police cars?
Now Dave was a little younger than
Yeah,
me,
I know,
Oh.
yeah,
so
for sure.
but,
Okay.
you know, but he was always respectful. You know, we had a lot of people that people know coming out of that community. Because at the end of the street was Donnell and all them.
Yep.
And I never knew Dave or Donnell was gonna be comedians. I never knew it.
That make two of us. That make
Yeah,
two of us.
I didn't know. But we had Donnell mom on here, Miss Rollins,
Okay.
not
Yeah,
too long ago.
yeah, Miss Rollins.
And we know how the community, how much she done for the community.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
Amazing,
Amazing.
amazing.
Amazing, for sure.
So we salute them. But you know, Big Doug, I've been knowing Doug, the one that said to call him Doug Scott. Our families was tight because my mom moved out to Centerville when my little brother went to high school, and Doug's brother and my brother, they became best friends and ended up when finishing high school playing sports together. Finished high school and ended up moving in together.
Man.
Roommates. And me and Doug knew each other. We was somewhere else knew each other, and we didn't know our two brothers was gonna hook up.
Right.
So it's a whole lot of love and cohesiveness, you know, between this show. But this is on you, Dave. Spotlight, baby. I know you.
Hey.
See, one thing about stand-up comedians,
Hey,
they stand
no.
up there alone.
No, I
So tell us a little bit about your journey, who you are, you know, about you, how you came up, and what's going on, what happened, and what's going on now.
Man, comedian Dave Carr, like I said, I've been telling jokes now over 20 years, man. You know, the journey's been beautiful. I can't front. It's been beautiful. Out here in these streets, like I said, starting on Westmont Drive. You know,
Tell me where that's at. See, the world, we
See,
this ain't a local show.
Westmont
Where's
Drive.
it at?
Westmont Drive is now directly
You know
across.
what state it is? Where?
Oh, it's in Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
It's in Alexandria, Virginia. Right now,
What's the neighborhood called?
Westmont.
Yeah, but what's the neighborhood called? Is it-
Dale Ray.
Okay.
Dale Ray. Yeah, Dale Ray.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the street.
yeah.
That's it. Dale Ray. That's right. now though, it's like right across the street from Potomac Yard. So you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what it
Potomac
is.
Yard. That's
Oh,
out Dale Ray.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where we was at. That's it. That's where we was at, man. And so like I said, that's just a little about me, but my journey, man, it's been fun, you know, and how I got into comedy, you know, my sister turned me on. I love comedy. My sister turned me on to it because at one point in time, my man, you remember House? My man House had got killed, and when he got killed, man, I was like depressed, and I just stayed in the house all the time.
Y'all was pretty
Yeah,
tight.
it was tight. It was tight. And so at that point in time, I just stayed in the house a lot, and my sister would always go to comedy clubs. Her and her boyfriend. She was like, "Why don't you come on out to a show?" I'm like, "I don't want to go out to no damn comedy show. I want to just stay here and be in my shit. You know, I don't want to go out there."
Yeah.
So you know, I was all right. One day I went out with, and I was like, "Oh man, that's what's up." I was like,
Yeah.
"This is nice. Like I could do that." You know, I had that kind of bug in me, and
So
then,
you didn't. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
It's cool.
Let you go, Amy. Hey, go, Amy.
Go
Yeah.
for it. It's cool
no. So you didn't go to the comedy show. Well, okay. Of course, you went to watch.
to watch.
But something clicked where you said, "Damn, I want to do that."
I saw a guy on stage and he was not funny at all. And to myself, I was like, "Oh, I'm funnier than him, man. I said I'm funnier than this
So
dude."
it ignited something.
It's just like it made me feel like I can do it, or I can be better than him.
Mhm.
So at that point, you know, I just went back to the crib. I wasn't tripping, but because I didn't have no way of getting on stage, I didn't know how to come into the comedy. I didn't know none of that. But at the same time, you know, Donnell Rollins, which is Miss Rollins' son, she was my next door neighbor. So
He
he
is
would
a
always
nuts.
come home. He would always come home and do shows. And so this so happened. I called him. I was like, "Hey Donnell, can I do something on your show? Can I get a type 5?" He was like, "Yeah, you can do type 5." I was like, "Oh, that's what's up." But I ain't gonna lie. He gave me 5 minutes. I did 3 minutes because I was scared as hell. I did 3 minutes, but it was a good 3 minutes. It was a funny 3 minutes, and I had that bug. I got bit by that comedy bug, man, and I've been rolling ever since. You know, and the journey has been great. You know, been doing shows. I've been booed before. You know, all that, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, that
I
comes
love
with
it.
territory.
It come with the territory.
Do you remember what got you booed?
You know what? I think I said something that they didn't resonate with, because when I first got on stage, you know, my first 2 jokes, they was like, yes, yes, yes.
Right.
That third joke, I don't know if something just flipped the room, and all of a sudden 1 boo became 2 boos, became 3 boos, and then it just rained down on me. But I stayed on stage. I took it because I said, okay, this is. I took it.
So
But-
so how, when they come at you like that, do it really put a tattoo in your heart and you say the next time I'm gonna serve them?
Oh, absolutely. Because it can make you or break you. I'm not
Well,
gonna
you
lie.
go back to the drawing board. You
Yes.
be like, okay, I could have
Yes.
rewrote that joke a certain way, or I could have. And then even with jokes, sometimes you gotta kind of understand that some people, you gotta kind of evaluate the joke, make sure that you're not offending. You bring it a funny, but at
Yes.
the same time, you don't want to insult or offend.
Right, because you can lose them like that.
You can
if
lose 'em.
You come out like that with all this craziness. They be like, oh, I ain't messing with this dude.
Yeah.
So people get up, walk out your set,
yeah.
all
He
that
right.
crazy.
I tried comedy one time. I did pretty good at first, but I went to do another show. My cousin was throwing shows back then, right?
Mm.
And I went to do another show, and I cussed at a white woman
No, you didn't.
and called her the B word, and everybody turned against me.
That's it. That's all it takes.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
It was nothing funny I said
Who
after
was the
that.
clientele though?
Right.
You said
She's the
everybody.
only white woman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it wasn't a race thing; it was a human thing.
I
mean,
I
with the
think,
crowd-
I think,
crowd
I think,
like, nah,
I
you
think
went
they
too far.
feel like I made her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, so it was
Right.
a human thing.
It
It
was-
wasn't because it was she was the only white person, so they probably felt kind of
They feel
felt
like
sympathy for her.
it was a bad move.
Yeah.
It was
Was
a
it,
bad
so,
comedy.
so was you sinking? You just tried to find something to get you a laugh, and you just saw her lashed out.
Yeah, it was a comedy attempt.
Okay.
It's just like you attempt to do a flip,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it went right. It went awry.
Yeah,
But
comedy is
it can happen like that quick.
just that quick, man. But again, if you rocking and rolling and they feeling you, man, it's no greater feeling. It's just no greater feeling than that.
I just seen you perform not too long ago.
Right. I was down at what was that? In
Ocean
Ocean City.
City, yeah.
Ocean City at the convention center.
That's
Man,
dope.
that was fire.
And you did a great
You did a great job. I appreciate that. And I just
All
did.
you guys did.
I just did my taping, my comedy taping special joint. I just did it Saturday up at Arena Players
Okay.
in Baltimore. It's gonna be coming out soon. Man,
Okay.
it was great. The energy was high level energy. It was amazing.
That's dope.
It was amazing. So
Who was the headline?
me,
You were the head-
I-
so who else was with you then?
Lonnie Davis was on the show. Had a couple open micers that I don't know their names,
Mhm.
but it was a couple of those guys who opened up.
Okay, I have some footage with Lonnie.
Do you?
Yeah,
That's my man.
He,
Lonnie, my man.
He did a comedy show last year with B Man Entertainment,
Yeah.
and I caught. Well, actually, I do videography for the entertainment company, who is B Man. So
Yeah.
Tom T booked me,
Right.
and that's why I got him. He's oh my
Lonnie is hilarious. So that's my
god.
man.
Yeah.
And we
Hey,
just got that
we're
in.
gonna have some guys call in tonight
And we just got
that
that
you're
in
familiar
Saturday.
with too. So they supposed to call in. So
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah. And just being able to be out there, man, amongst the people and get to know people and meet people all the time. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I work with some legends, man. So it's been fun. The ride has been great. You know, and me and my partner, you know, my girlfriend, I say my partner, but she's my girlfriend. And we out here, we do things, try to get back to the kids. We do backpack drives. This is our 3rd year. We'll be doing backpack drives. You know, we got like a couple sponsors now, so we're trying to, you know, up our game a little bit. It's a great look.
That's what's up.
So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's our 3rd year getting it. We went from like 40 backpacks to like 100 backpacks, and then we're trying to get to like 250 backpacks. You know,
Right.
Oh
So-
man, that's okay.
yeah, nah. So we moving, man. It's a beautiful thing. We try to get back, and that's what it's about for us. You know, trying to get back to the kids. It's a beautiful thing, man. When you get to see a smile on the kid's face, you hand them a backpack or something, man, and give them some advice, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, nothing greater, man.
Yeah, I paid
That's
for it.
all right.
Pay it forward for sure. No doubt about it. It's the land of the living, man. Love it.
What age did you start comedy?
Woo, man.
Professionally, and then when? Well, actually, let's do it like this. When did you realize that you had a funny bone?
You know, I mean, growing up, you know, things happen throughout life that make you feel like you got it. But as far as just being funny in front of your friends outside, joking all the time,
It's
you know, yeah, it's totally different. But hitting that stage don't lie. Okay, so, you know, when I first got on stage, I was funny, but I didn't know what I had. it was just 3 minutes, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm funny. I think I can do this. And people giving you confidence. Oh yeah, man, that was good job, good job. I went out the next week with Donnell Rollins, and I ate it. When I say I ate it, because I wasn't practicing. I thought once I hit that stage one time, I'm a comedian, I'm the man. Wasn't none of that. You got to work out. You got to go out here and write material, and you got to work it out like you was talking earlier. I wasn't doing none of that. I'm thinking like, I'm good. So we came back home 6 months later, went out. I ate it. Oh my God! And then when I did that, I was like, this ain't for me.
Right.
I stood there. I was like, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. But then I was like, all right, you got to try it again.
Yeah, because the jokes have to make sense too.
Right, they got to make
You
sense.
gotta
And then
be
he
fun.
also directed me like, hey man, you need to go to open mics to where new comics who don't have
let,
material.
let me get this straight, 'cause I didn't know this. So Donnell kind of like was your mentor in this thing.
Yeah, Donnell, he took me to a couple spots and let me get some work, which I appreciate a lot, man. I always tell him I appreciate him.
Yeah.
You know,
But
give me
we
some
all
work.
need that. We all
Yeah,
need that.
for sure.
So it's not like that's any diminishing any of your natural talent.
No.
But we all need that, because if I'm going to do something I never did before, really, I need somebody who's doing it
That's
to
right.
kind of like give me,
You
like
can
Michael
reference
Jordan.
criticism.
Michael Jordan, he wasn't the Mike we know in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. But let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
work to
You can't give all comics criticism. There is some comics out here. You say something about, hey man, you need to. What, you don't tell me what to do? Are you crazy? I know what I'm doing. Like you be like, I'm good. Like you just back up off them, because everybody don't take criticism the same.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
But that's in any.
That's in any
that's
Like-
life. That's
For sure.
human being.
for sure.
So
Okay.
so tell us a little bit about because it's an art.
Oh man, this is
See like what you was mentioning earlier about jokes on the street and jokes, captivating and keeping the audience. And it's an art tool.
yes, it is.
So tell me about how you start formulating how to do that up there, other than just being a funny guy in the house or around the way.
Yeah. I mean, it's more about your writing and things that I see. I always talk about things that I see, because you can't go outside the box for so much. So it's always like your life experiences. I'm in the car all the time. I keep a pen and a piece of paper in the car, because you just never know what hit you. You can see something at a light, jot something down. You just don't know. So once you get material that you want to work out and formulate, you just got to take it to the stage. Open mics, even if nobody in the audience, and it's open mic, you still got to work it out. You know what I mean? You cannot not pass up an opportunity to get better at your craft.
Right.
People like, man, if it ain't paying me, I ain't going up. But guess what? You'll never get better.
Right.
You have to hit that stage.
Because he years ago, I don't know if that's when you first begun or around the beginning stage,
Okay.
you hosted an event that I did.
Right.
And it was no prestigious place. It was Alexander Epsilon.
Yeah, me and your man, me and
And Fred.
Fred.
And,
Yeah, Fred
Rivers, yeah.
Yep.
Rest his soul.
Shit,
Right.
yeah, man, I just
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was him, and there's a couple more comedians. I can't
Right.
think of their name, but a couple more. One of them was on TV, the big
Yeah, I
Caucasian
need some.
guy.
I need some.
Yeah, so they came in and they did it for me for free.
Right.
They didn't charge, and he was a host.
Yeah.
So I seen, I said, man, and that's the first time I really got a chance to really see him in person.
Right. And I pick and choose, because I do get paid for my work. So I
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And I pick and choose. I do some charitable work or whatever, but most of the time it's definitely, a bag involved. But
But you worked up to that too.
for sure, it wasn't. You're right. You're absolutely right. It
Because
wasn't just.
what I'm talking about is around
Worked it
about
up.
12 years ago
Yeah, it's been a minute.
when I
It's been a
first
minute.
started the band.
It's definitely it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes it's not always about
Even now.
you want it to be about a bag eventually, but you gotta build up
That's
your
right.
fan base,
That's right.
and they gotta love you,
Yeah.
and then out of that love, somebody's gonna book you eventually.
Somebody
You know what I'm saying?
gonna
So
book
you
I
gotta
mean,
work.
even now, I still do stuff for free even now. Cause I love comedy. I love it. This is something that I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Like I love it. So I don't mind giving back. I don't mind doing some charitable work or going out. I love it. This is what I
But
do.
you don't want them to think that, oh man, he's cheaping. They're
Yeah,
cheaping
nah,
him.
nah.
He's free.
Yeah.
Get him.
Not gonna happen, Cap.
Book 'em now.
Not gonna happen.
Book him now.
Not
That's
gonna
my
happen.
price.
Not gonna happen. After today, my price gonna go up. So let's be clear with that.
They say, I hear just like I'm in entertainment, and they every show should get you a show.
Right. Every time you get booked, they book you more. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's how
My
it works.
man,
at the convention
my
center.
man Ignatius Mason, I went to see him. I practiced with him for years, right, in his house, and I went to go see him at Birchman
Oh,
over
okay.
the way,
That's the spot.
and he was doing the sound of Motown, and he came out and he lead singer. He sung a couple Smokey, Stevie Wonder, a couple more guys. He sung with Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And he entertained. He said every show that he does brings him another show.
Right. It should.
Yeah.
It
should
should.
get you more. It should.
Well, I know that show. I seen the last show. That should have brought you many shows. How many shows you get out of that?
Oh man, I've been working ever since. I can't lie. I've been working ever since. Like I said, I just was at Arena Players. I got a couple of night shows coming up this month, and it's already end of this month, but it's going into next month.
Yeah.
So I'm getting booked. I enjoy getting booked, man. I enjoy going out of town. I enjoy being in town. So I'm getting work though. I'm enjoying the work that I do, and it's been paying off, man. So I got to keep it moving. It's got to keep going, and that's what it's all about. Just keeping it moving.
How did you do in the pandemic?
Oh my God, the pandemic. It was okay. I ain't gonna lie. We do a once a month show, and in the pandemic, we still was able to sell out.
That's awesome.
So people, we had the air purified, the mask, everybody with mask, but we were still able to do good work in the pandemic. But every spot, had different challenges.
Yep.
Right.
Like our spot might have been sold out, and this spot might have got canceled before our next show was canceled or whatever.
Or
So
some states weren't even open.
or
for
some
any
states
type
weren't
of
even open,
venue.
or you only 20 people, things like that. So it was always something. But as long as it was a mic away, I was on it. So I kept my mic covers, my mic covers or whatever. But if it was a mic open, I was on it.
Yeah, because I had Gary Owens I've seen him a few times. Oh my God.
He's right.
Whew.
Yeah,
So he was gonna be at Constitution Hall with some more. It was a few others.
Probably Bruce.
Yeah, it was
some
all
more,
of
yeah,
it.
some more
Yep,
tour. Yeah,
yep.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Right.
And the pandemic, when everything started shutting down, it was on my son's birthday, St. Patrick's Day, March
Yeah.
17th of 2020, and we had tickets for Constitution Hall for that show, and Ticketmaster sent everyone emails that same day and said we had to cancel the show, upcoming, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. I was so disappointed.
I know what you mean. That was because DC was open for a minute up until that point.
Yeah, up to
DC
that
was open.
point.
I had a show that Sunday with TK Kirkland. We was at the Comedy Loft. We'd already did Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We added one show for Sunday. And when the dude called, like, it's over. He said, we can't do the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just one more. He was like, no, we can't do it. And
Yeah.
they shut us down right then and there. He said, come on up and pick up your check. He said, but we done. We're not going to be able to do the show.
Yeah.
And ever since then, everybody, because that's when people start like, oh, this is serious. Like, this is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but trying to get work like that, especially when like comics, this is all they do.
Yes.
Yeah, it break you down.
Yeah.
But I noticed that we got a lot of individuals who made it in the comics in the industry from being comic. Martin Lawrence is being one of them. Does that affect you as far as your skills and put a level that you feel like you have to match, or do you just kind of just take it as it comes?
I thought that at first. I was like, all right, well, Martin right here, Dave Chappelle right here, or everybody that come from the DC area, you'd be like, oh man, I got to get there.
Right.
But once you just like start working and just being comfortable in your own skin,
Yeah.
that's just where I'm at with it. And I think those things will come as long as I stay hungry and keep grinding, and it'll come. I don't know if it's gonna be to that level. I mean, I hope I surpass that level, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I just stay grounded and just keep grinding and keep doing my thing, man. I mean, that's just what it's about. Cause again, I work with a lot of guys all the time. With Bill Bellamy and Paul Mooney, those guys at the DC Improv all the time. When they used to come, I used to host all their shows. And they give you good advice, but they'll tell you in a minute, look, you got to get it the same way I got it.
Right.
They ain't pulling you up. They ain't like taking you with them on the road. It's like you got to get it like I get it.
You got to put that work.
You got to
in.
put that work in.
That's the good thing that with the comedians though, you build your own
You got to build your own.
reputation.
That's right. You got to build your own reputation. And people see you out there working though. they notice. They do take notice. You know.
I tried one time. I thought that I could be funny, but I was trying to be funny by myself, and I was in the mirror telling jokes, and I wasn't even laughing.
Whoa! You weren't even there killing yourself, are you?
I was like, you know
Man.
what? I told
Did
myself.
you help
I
yourself?
Man.
Did you help yourself?
Yeah, man. I was in there.
Did
I
you
was
say
like,
boo?
Yeah, let me say something. That silence is worse than boos.
yeah.
Okay, if you got about 200 people in there, ain't nobody laughing,
Crickets and
Yeah,
crickets.
'cause
just
you want
crickets.
people to
Oh
get-
my
to
God!
use their brain and to get the butt end of your joke, like, you know, so they're not
But-
getting you. It's like,
You know, the one thing though, I think that really be happening, like a lot of comedians, when they really talk about things that's relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And things sometimes people scared to say.
That's right. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, yeah, you're right. That just goes. That's just like Boo was talking about. You know, you will say something, but you don't know how somebody gonna take it. But it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So some people sensitive, but you can't let that stop you either.
And the crowd, like what happened with me, the crowd got sensitive.
Right.
They were like you ever notice, like you might say something inappropriate in a room, and everybody,
Say no, he didn't.
Right.
everybody feel like, oh man, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of response I get because because I use the word B word, right? And when I use the word B word towards the lady, that everybody just kind of.
so
So I threw the mic down and said, "Fuck all y'all."
Yeah. But see, as a comedian
oh
though,
my God.
as a comedian,
Yeah, you gotta be careful because
you just gotta keep it moving. You just gotta keep it moving.
Yeah.
It's not.
You
And
know.
I'm gonna tell y'all, it's not easy. A comic is not easy.
No, it's not easy being a comedian, man. We
Well,
go
too,
through.
you know what you're doing is, and this is almost like us hosting different shows and stuff.
Right.
See, a lot of people don't realize it's not just you, but it's the energy.
That comes
So
with
you
it.
got to get in the room and start with all what we do. Boo, when you dealing with the band, sometimes not all the time everybody feel like dancing
That's
or partying. But what you got to do is you got to start
Engage.
tricking them.
Generate the energy.
You trick them into the energy, and then and this is what I learned to do because I do motivational speaking and I would go into the school. And a professional individual told me this. He said, when you get in there and you see that you don't have the crowd, get that one person and lock in on them.
Okay.
You know, you lock in on that one person. So what happens is energy travels.
For sure.
So what happen is you'll be getting up there and you'll be talking, I'll be talking, and all of a sudden I realize,
Got one.
damn. And then I saw it. Oh, so you know, boom, boom, boom. And then this person will start doing what you're doing, rocking your head,
right, yeah.
and they're acknowledging. Now the person next to them will start to kind of
Pick up on them.
and they pick, and then it spreads. But a lot of people don't know. Now, one of the hardest things is you trying to make people laugh.
But
You don't
see,
even
the
know.
skill-
Like
the
you don't even
skill-
know the people. They don't know you.
Yeah.
And you try to make them laugh. You don't know what their day was like. They coming out. You know, they have a good time. And yeah, it can go either way. But most of the time, you know, they enjoy
You,
this.
you
And
remember?
what, Roddy, what you was just talking about for a minute, you was talking about the skill set. See, it's a skill set to everything. Everything. And
Yeah.
what you do, just as like Dave in comedy, that's why I was asking a specific question, man, I didn't word it right. Well, did you have to get up and sharpen your skill set up?
Yeah.
Because, it ain't just getting up there telling jokes.
Not at all.
Right.
The timing.
Everything.
They talk about
Yeah.
timing.
I've been doing comedy 20 years.
Come on,
man.
man. Come on.
I've been doing
Tell
comedy
about it,
20
talk about it.
years, and you still got to get up there and sharpen your skills. I know my set, but I don't like just. I still go over my set because I still got to stay sharp when I hit that stage.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to encounter.
It's like the gym, right?
It's
If
like
I'm-
the gym.
if I'm-
Wait,
if
just
I'm
like the
boxing,
gym.
So I was watching Martin Lawrence a few days ago, just something that was going on. And you remember, so I think comedians do this when they trying to build it up and get into the rhythm, right?
Okay.
And the lady had on that yellow outfit. You know
Oh,
It was on Def Jam.
Yeah,
You watching Def Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Def Jam. Right.
Oh
Right.
my God, I have that. I have all my Def Comedy Jam
Yeah.
DVDs.
They charge you for it now. At first it was like free, and now they charge you for it now.
Yeah, but so what I was noticing, it was almost like, okay, yeah, are you getting into your rhythm? But sometimes you'll kind of pick out something that you know that'll bring you, because
Right.
he was like, yo, I need somebody to come up here, boom, 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 boom. And then what I thought later, because it was so funny, he had me dying laughing. I said, I wonder, did he plant that lady out there?
A lot of times they do that.
Yeah, they do some
To
plans,
create
but
content,
but
yeah.
crowd work, man, is a whole nother ball game. Like crowd work is just generalizing the crowd, seeing something in the crowd and going at it, or doing other things, let them come,
Right.
you know, starting the conversation like you said. But that crowd work is real. I like crowd work, but I don't base my whole set on crowd work.
Right, because one of the things that I was told too, when you go to a comedy show,
You don't sit in the front.
don't sit up front. they say if you sit up front, you're a
in
target.
the focal point. Yeah,
You're definitely eye line sight. Yeah,
you're
but
right.
and it's not a negative thing. It's not that we see you like boom, we on you. You know, we can still gonna do our set and get into our set and
Right.
talk to you and you know see how you doing today. Don't come in late though. You come in late and sit
They're
up
really,
front.
really target.
We're gonna catch. You.
Remember Men's of Comedy?
What was it
With,
called?
what's that? What,
Kings.
Kings of
Kings of
Comedy.
Comedy, okay.
Where damn, who was it? One of the oh my God.
Steve Harvey when they was
It was
Yes,
Steve Harvey.
it was Steve
Yeah.
Harvey because he was basically
Hosting. Yeah.
it, and that dude came in. I think it was Buggy or
Right,
something
and
like
you
that.
still know his name. 40 years later, you
And
still
40
know his
years
name.
later, and he came in and he like was pounding his coat, took the coat,
Coat,
dropped it,
everything, yeah.
and showing off.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just
That's
funny.
crowd work. Yeah, that's what it's about. That crowd work. It ain't always you. Because if you got 45 minutes to an hour, that's fine. You know, but as a host, your job is to get the energy up, get the crowd going. You ain't got to make or break the show, but you just getting them everybody in position
Yeah.
to come out and do their thing. You know.
I'm you know, 'cause I'm you know, I've networked and been in the industry and stuff like that. So you know, a couple times, you know, people have recognized me, and
Okay.
I will kind of like try to keep my head down, you know, just to be undercover. But then when they start to, is that Pops? Because that's what they call it, Pops. You know, and I'm like, oh Lord. And so a lot of times, what I did, I just kind of like try to lay back in the back. Because I know comedians, man, they got a way. They can find.
They will. Oh my
Man,
goodness.
bruh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You can think you looking sharp and put on a nice shirt, and then they'll find the man. I
that's right.
know Pops ain't got on the shirt with butterflies in it.
and people that see you coming be like, yep, that's it. That's what he
Yeah.
got. That's what it is. And they just go in. But you know what's crazy though, and that's good, like I said, doing crowd work. But I've seen some comedians just go overboard with it, like
Yeah.
to the point to where the crowd like, okay, enough, like
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah,
Let's-
yeah.
Next joke, like, but they just, oh my god, I seen some comedians just go
So
in.
that's
to the
part
point where
of the
I
skill.
feel bad. I was like, oh my
So
Ain't
god.
that's
that
why
part
I
of the
support
skill
the-
set?
Yeah, but that's also part of reading the room,
Yeah.
knowing when your cue, the cues and all that. Cause like going back to Gary Owens, he was at what was it, Connecticut Avenue? What's that comedy joint over there?
Improv.
Improv.
Mhm.
And this was again before the pandemic, not the show because that one was canceled, but the year before that, I think it was 2018. I went and he, mind you, he had shows every 2 hours. So it seemed like the show before us ran over, and we was like, why the hell are we running over? That's because he got so into it that he was missing his times to stop. And he couldn't stop, so the promoter kept, like, I guess the promoter had to keep telling him. So
Give him the light.
Give him the light.
Yeah, give him the
That's
light.
that's what I wanted to ask. Cause I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So when y'all on stage, I noticed like. Is it a rhythm that they be looking for? They was like they'll see if you doing good and they give you more time, or do they say, okay, you got 10 minutes and I don't care that you had the crowd going?
Right. Normally your time's already established. You'll know the promoter's like, all right, you're doing 45.
Right.
So he said, when do you want me to give you the light? You say, give me the light at 40. That means you know you got 5 minutes to wrap it up when you see the light.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's like your
Okay.
wrap up. Like, okay, I can get another joke in it within that 5 minutes. And sometimes, like you said, they'll let you know. And sometimes comics will go over their time. They be like, you know, they don't
Right.
want to.
get the hell.
Yeah, like get your ass off stage. You know what I mean? So yeah, it go both ways. But that light is really like just a template of what you do. But the headliner, you don't get a headliner light. The headliner, he's there for a reason.
Shoot, Gary was the headliner.
Yeah, right, but even going over.
But he was cutting people up so much.
That's what I'm saying, though.
We was laugh like in
So,
stitches.
but in a
Yeah.
situation like that, they let them go.
Yeah. Oh, you going?
I mean,
let
they
him
ain't
go.
had no choice.
You know, you ain't the headliner. I mean, you're just not gonna cut him off. You're not gonna walk up and say, "All right, man, damn, let's
Yeah,
go."
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna let him. You gonna let him
Yeah,
die there, and then
yeah.
he be like, "All right, it's time to get up out of here." You know, we got another show coming up or something like
Yeah,
that, so y'all
yeah.
gotta get. But yeah, other than that though, but that light is just let people know it's a time and like, okay, you got 10. I'm gonna give you the light at 5. Which one's light? So they try not to just rush you off stage. Because you see some comics talking, they say like, okay, that's a light. All right, I gotta go. And they just haul ass off stage.
Right.
So
So it's kind of like music. We don't want a train crash. That's what we used to call it. Like we call it train crashing because if you stop the music without giving
It's a
a
transition.
ending, No, an ending. Like
Right.
you end with the finale. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So you gotta stick the landing in a sense.
Yeah.
You stick the landing. You don't just say I am back.
Right.
Because people remember the last thing you done.
Yeah. Like
So,
a closing joke.
yeah.
Like a closing.
Right, so you're transitioning into the
No, you
Yeah.
quit. It's over after this. So, but it's how you finish. Like
Yeah.
like you know how a band might finish.
right.
We got to call him.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Man in the Mirror. Can you state your name and where you calling from?
You ain't good.
Hello.
Man in the mirror, this is Katrina
Hey, get that.
Comedy. What's going on, brother?
We gotta get another one, Katrina. We got them pinging all over the place. Hold up. How you doing,
Yeah.
Katrina?
Hold on, Queen. Hold on.
Hold on. So we have some comedians calling in.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Man in the Mirror.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing, this Big Dub Scott?
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
y'all?
it's that Dub.
That's our other guest. By the time he called in.
Big Dub.
Hey, man, these white people got me working like a motherfucking runaway slave, man. I'm sorry.
Hold on, Katrina. Hold on.
Make that money, boy.
That's the other comedian. How you doing, homegirl?
I'm good, boy. What happened with your pocket?
Nah, he's a guest, Katrina.
Hey, no, he the guest.
He's a guest.
Just hold on a second.
Oh, the gas? Okay. I got stuff for the gas.
Okay, wait a minute. Hey, go. We got two people on the line. We got a guest on the line, and we got a guest on the line. What you want to ask the comedian, Katrina?
No, I got two jokes I want to ask the comedian. Do you think that I can make it into the arena being a comedian?
Well, go ahead and tell your joke. Go ahead. This your.
Okay, I got one joke. You know, I'm walking down the street, and this man was in a wheelchair. He said, "Come here, baby." I go over there, and he said, "Don't ever give a cripple no money, because he gonna tell you I'll pay you back when I get on my feet."
I feel you. I feel you. I feel
Okay,
you.
okay.
Hey, Doug, she might
Hey,
got something.
dude, she got anything?
That'll work. That'll work. That'll work.
And then I went down a little further to the next street, and there was a man. I said, "What's going on with you?" He said, "Girl, you looking fine, but I'm blind." He said, "Don't you get no money to no blind man, because he said, I'll pay you back when I see you."
You 2-0. You 2-0.
Hey, that way.
I ain't see working. I ain't got that to see working. What's her name?
Right,
That's
right.
Katrina
hey,
There
McMurray.
you go. You
Hey,
2-0.
he want to know your name, Katrina.
All right, tell him I'm ready to do some stand-up. I got one more. Trader Joe turned into Trader Soul. The church ain't doing nothing. All I'm fooling around like they drug dealers on the street talk about stuff. Pass the basket.
Pass the basket.
Yeah, turn my information, boo.
Right.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
look, we have a ball on this thing. Hey, Doug. Tell the people. Hey, thanks, Katrina.
Good looking out, Katrina.
Thank you, baby.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That was some good ones,
That
too.
was a good one. That was a good one.
Hey, she from Alexandria, too. We funny out of
That's
Alexandria.
what's up.
Hey, look.
Yeah, in the house.
Hey, look. Doug.
Yeah.
Sorry you couldn't make it in, man, but we was doing a little prelude, and we talked about you before you got here. You go back and rewind the tape, and you'll see we talked about you real bad.
Yeah, y'all about a motherfucker.
Yeah, Doug out there in them streets.
Hey, look, so man, tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. Put that down a little
Hey,
bit
man,
for me.
I'm a regular ass nigga, man. Like they say, man. Nigga that old school nigga. I like old school shit. I'm from out of Alexandria as well. You know what I'm saying? Grew up in Reston, Virginia. You know, hard headed out the gate. But then funny like a motherfucking like Boo will tell y'all. He already probably told you my business. Nigga been the business.
I ain't tell that. Now you done told me. See, I ain't tell that. You don't know me.
You
I
got
ain't
that
tell.
off, Doug.
I ain't tell. Now you try to tell my business.
Yeah, I'm telling your business now. Me and Boo met in the penitentiary, goddammit. But the story to that, when me and Boo met, and he probably tell y'all afterwards, but my story is the same shit, man. I came up out the gate, out the sandbox, hard hit as a motherfucker, man, and just finally finding my way after being over the truth, man. I've been doing comedy 17 years professionally after going through all that bullshit and trying to find my way, man. And I found my niche because I always been funny. So you ever met a nigga been funny and on in the playground? I really, honestly, to tell y'all the truth, my first time on stage was in the penitentiary. You dig what I'm saying? On Augusta Correctional Center was my first time really doing shit. But Boo will tell you, I've been funny like a motherfucker. When he met me, we was funny because he the only short nigga named Dr. Boo with little arms that I ever met in my life.
There's your little arms.
He got short arms, but he Dr. Boo. But that's just been my story, man. It's like 17 years professionally. One day I said, fuck it. I'm going to go get on stage, and I've been doing it out the gate, and I'm a hustler. Hey, if you over 50, you know we come from an era where we wouldn't got out. We didn't ask for nothing.
That's
we didn't do nothing. I ain't never got a package from a nigga. I always went and bought my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense.
One of them niggas from the street. So when I found how to get my niche in comedy on the street after coming home, and I didn't get on stage till fucking 15 years after coming home, honestly. And once I did, I ain't looked back since. So 17 years in the game, and I'm a cooking motherfucker, so I'm the cooking comic.
The cooking comic.
One of the cooking funniest motherfuckers you ever met. I'm just gonna give it to you like that. Just go look up. Just check my track record. God damn it, and I'll tell you.
Hey, Doug. So I talked about, you know, me and Dave. You know, you I don't know if you knew, me and Dave used to live across the street from each other when we was young.
Dave Carter.
Yeah.
He was a bad little.
Yeah, that's my man.
Yeah.
So.
And Ken, if y'all know Ken Valentine.
Yeah. Ken. Yeah,
So So I'm telling him, you know, this is a family show because, you know, I love your mom, your whole family, and my little brother, your little brother, they like brothers. So you know.
I call Tavon Big Face. He's the biggest face motherfucker I ever met.
You sick, boy.
With his whole body, his face been in every picture I ever seen of Tavon.
You know he gonna get you for that one.
Listen, from the day I met Tavon, I've been fucking with his face, and he already know what that is. He shouldn't be Tavon. It should be face. I don't know why they call him anything other than face.
Other than face.
Yeah,
And he got that long ass beard down.
We call him Fat Boy. You should see the picture of him when he's a baby. I'm gonna send it to you.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever been booed?
Boo, yeah. I mean, I've been quiet.
You say you've been quiet?
I've been quiet. I've been like, when you come on with the next one, nigga, I've been there. I ain't want to do, gonna act like I ain't never been booed or this shit been easy.
Would you accept a boo over a quiet room, or vice versa?
A quiet room, like it was 4 motherfuckers in there, and I traveled 600 miles, and the promoter only booked it, and 4 people showed up, and I ain't ready to go through no change to make them laugh, so I did my job and got the fuck out of there. I've been there.
Yeah.
Hey, but Doug, we talked about comedy being an art. You know, it's not just something people just say, oh, I can do that. Just like anything else.
Yeah, it ain't. Oh, definitely. If you've been listen, the worst thing you can think is because you can Joan or you can all the new Facebook and all the social media funny motherfuckers who can do skits. That's stop and go. That's record this, then stop it. You can go back and edit it. Funny is funny no matter what. If you naturally funny and you can make a motherfucker laugh no matter what. I don't like. One thing I'm tell you this. I don't like people come to me saying, "Hey, tell me a joke." I don't tell jokes, motherfucker. I'm naturally funny and
You tell
stay
stories.
around long enough, you gonna laugh, and that's my gift. I'm gonna give you.
Yeah,
But it ain't a stop and go type of shit with me.
Yeah.
Let's make everybody funny right now. Let's make motherfuckers laugh right now, and okay, then stop. No, you stay around long enough, cause I can be serious. Well, you already know, motherfuckers think you looking at me like, damn, you the comedian? Why you so angry? But you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Being able to get on stage and turn your story or your jokes into something that's going to intrigue motherfuckers, where they look at you now like, oh, I thought this nigga was a security.
That's real.
But he's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Doug,
Yeah.
I said I tried it one time, right? But
You tried comedy one time?
yeah, I tried it one time. My cousin Antoine and my cousin my cousin Antoine left, not Chris. This is a long time ago. My cousin Antoine Ledbetter and my cousin Ice, they were throwing events, and I was doing the comedy. So I at his house, I did good. He had one in the basement. I came off. I had everybody downstairs to laugh. But then I tried to do one in the big room.
It's always that second one.
Yeah, the second.
It's always the second one. It's always that second. That second show get your ass
Hey,
80
look.
times, love.
Hey look, they did me the quiet joint, but it was the tension was so thick in the room. Hey, look,
They came for comedy. It wasn't no other shit going on. They was like, yeah, let's laugh, nigga.
Yeah.
no. What happened is I said something inappropriate, and everybody said, that ain't funny. That's and so I threw the mic down and said, fuck everybody. That was my last show.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
How you feel about promoters that bring you in? They bring you in, but then try to gas you up. Look, hey man, we got to talk about a little later on about this money, man. You be like, nah, damn that shit. I need my money before I hit the stage.
Oh shit, I done been through all that. I done had niggas give me pit bull puppies before.
You get what? You gave
got
you what?
paid? You got paid with the people?
Yeah, pit bull puppies. They be like, look, man, I got a fresh little right now. When they were 500 people.
Wow. Wow.
Shit.
You got paid off with a pit bull?
You held the dog for ransom until you got the money?
No, he paid him with it. And look, when he came to get paid, he slid the puppy over there to him.
What?
Yeah.
God damn.
Promoters
I was like,
will
well,
have
give me a boy and girl and I breed them.
Yeah.
Gave one puppy. He only gave one?
It's still motherfuckers I'm looking for right today after 17 years. Like my first 4 or 5 years in, who got me out, told me a whole bunch of bullshit, blew smoke on my ass, all that, had me waiting at the hotel, all that. I'm still chasing. And you already know, I'm a Taurus, so I'm vindictive. I need mine till I leave this motherfucker Earth. So when I see these
He
motherfuckers,
said Earth.
Before you transcend, huh?
Yeah, that's real.
Wait a minute.
Promoters, you got to make sure promoters got a reputation.
Hey, well,
You know.
back to my cousin Chris. He does Comicville, and he didn't know me and Doug knew each other.
Give it up for Mr. T, man.
Yeah. So he doing great things out there in Atlanta, and me and Chris, we collaborated and did a show at Malachi.
I know. I recorded.
You recorded,
Doug.
yeah.
I recorded you on.
That's Amy Cates, 78,
Yeah, I recorded you on my YouTube.
1978, not 2078.
Okay.
Yeah.
2078.
So listen,
I like that.
Doug was the host
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and did a fabulous job. Fabulous.
Man, I laughed
Yeah, I like that.
I laughed so hard. Oh my God.
So you and this guy here, y'all know y'all family, but I done seen y'all perform in Ocean City and in Northern Virginia.
That's what's up.
Right.
On the
right.
no.
Man, hey, listen, we need to rally to get IDK Entertainment back plugged in with the Narcotics Anonymous joke, man. Cause ain't nobody put the show together like we did yet, man. I don't get what they say. They've been booking motherfuckers from off the streets, man. I don't know what's going on. But I know the last show was probably good because Mike Brooks' mother is involved, so Mike Brooks shows be good.
No, it was great. And,
Yeah, I did that one too, Doug. I did that last one. Yeah, I did the last one. It was me and Sam I Am and Hamburger.
Yeah, so I know that was the
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show.
It was a good show, man. And I shout out to Mike Brooks.
You being hugging over there. What the
Yeah.
That was the line. That was the lineup.
Oh my
You
God.
know Sam I Am.
She knows this nigga was good. She knows that from high school. She said, me and Sam I Am.
Yeah. Hey, that was the lineup, man. That was
And
Sam I Am, Huggy, one or the other.
I
Pick
didn't know
one.
Huggy was funny like that, be honest.
Yeah.
But he was funny. But
Oh, damn right. How you been funny, man?
He funny.
yeah, it was funny.
He's a genius to me, cause who you think could do that shit on the radio like he do it with all them with the shit he do?
That's real.
I knew damn well I'd have been fired.
So
Okay,
look,
you and me
I'm
both.
glad I got both of you guys here. give me your 5. I don't care where they from or nothing. Don't be biased.
Comedians.
Your 5, you know, because in comedian, you know, they appreciate other comedians.
Yeah.
So give me your 5. You know you appreciate yourself, but give me your 5 others than yourself. But you in the group, so you'll make the the top or either the 6th man. You can put yourself anywhere in the 6th man or in the 5, and give me a 6th man. 5 starting 5, and the 6th man.
That you
I
appreciate.
don't do that, man. I don't have no. And people always ask you who your favorite comedian. I don't have none, man.
Me.
I'm a comic.
I said you something.
And I love everybody.
Right. You like
Yeah.
a comic
I was
connoisseur.
trying to say.
So I had to put y'all on the spot with that one.
Nah,
man.
but no, it's cool though because I mean you have comics that you work with that
Yeah.
you know you.
It's
look
funny
up
to you, just like you.
that's funny. I mean you give credit where credit is due.
Right.
You know what I mean? I work with some amazing comics. Like you said, Doug. I work with Doug numerous occasions. Doug is a great comedian.
Right.
You know, also Doug when you guys started with Alex Scott, my man, another great comedian,
Oh,
man.
man, shut the fuck up. I didn't know you was on the phone, man. Goddamn, Dave.
Who? Nigga, I ain't on the phone, nigga. I'm in studio. Fuck you talking about?
Ow!
Where you supposed to be at?
I'm in studio, nigga. What you talking about?
He in here.
What you talking about?
He's here.
I'm here, nigga.
You on the phone.
Oh, Dave, I ain't know. Hey, listen. Shit, you know we got plenty stories, goddamn.
Oh, for sure. Oh, you already know.
Damn right.
Yeah, we got plenty stories, man.
Oh my God.
You and him were supposed to be in the studio together.
He should have picked me up there, goddamn. They got business, all kind of tractor trailers and
Shit, nigga, I'm 20 minutes away from Gallows Road from my house. I came on up Route 7. You got right here.
Yeah. And he got in the building. Hey, listen. He's kind of like MacGyver. He got in the building without us letting him in.
Okay.
He's the first one ever did that.
That's right.
Hey, what you said, a high secure building?
High secure.
I ain't gonna make it.
No, they don't check your record. They don't check your
Nah,
record.
ain't nobody here to check your record or
They
patch
ain't
you
checking your
down.
record.
Hey, Dave, the nigga's text and his itinerary said, yeah, park across the street.
Nigga.
With the keys in the car.
Thank you. I know. Oh my goodness.
Hit the button.
Yeah.
Another nigga. I said, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, it was a lot. I thought it was a setup, dude. I was like, hold up, what's all this? Pump directly across the street.
Hey, sir.
Go to the 5th floor. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Security guard came and sometime, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get the suite 304. He was like, what's on that suite? I'm like, podcast?
I was like me.
Right, I was like, that's what I said. I was like, me. I mean, what's up? He's like, all right, follow me. So he brought me on down.
Was it that little guy?
Little Chinese dude.
Yeah,
little
I
Asian
saw him
dude.
in the parking lot.
Everything was me.
Hey, we got a co-host. He's getting up. He done went to the bathroom and made coffee.
he getting it in. Hey, dude, look, I told him, I said, we over 50 years old. You start your podcast 7 to 9. This shit need to be like 3 to 4, 3 to 5. Nigga, we old as shit. We're taking a
Hey,
nap.
didn't Doug say we started working late?
Huh?
What's wrong with it?
That's what I said.
Hey, you know.
Hey, Doug.
Blue over the motherfucker too.
Right.
Hey, Doug. I gotta go to work. I started working late.
Yeah, 7 to 9.
I had to go to work today.
That was
I
funny.
just got on.
Hey, look. So I'm gonna intercept real quick.
Go ahead.
Who was the class clown in here?
I know Doug was.
It wasn't me. I got in trouble a lot.
I was funny out the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got in trouble a lot in school. And I was like, you know, I've been suspended so many damn times in school, it's ridiculous. So I was a fighter when I was in school. I always fought. That was
I say it was bad. Yeah, I ain't gonna say.
I would fight. I would go to school, get suspended for 10 days, and back in those days, your mom had to come back with you to get you back in school. And my mother would come back with me to get me back in school, and I would get suspended and be her home before she get home that same day. I would stay in trouble. I stayed in trouble in school.
I mean, too. Hey, listen. When I turned 13, I watched Roots, right? So I went to 7th grade. And turning 12, turning 13, I went to 7th grade. And I watched Roots. And I went to school, and every white boy that I seen, I whooped their ass. I had 17 assault charges before I was an adult.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that's the truth.
School. And plus, when I was in school, I was in what they call it, like remedial classes. Like I was in one class all day.
With no windows?
I was in one class all day with 2 teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's just how it was. You know, and I used to.
Hey, Doug.
I wanted to be too fly to be in one class.
Man, I was in
Come on,
one
Doug.
class all
Hey,
day.
I know them classes. Them classes with a bell ring and
And
you
you
get
said-
up
yeah.
and they said that bell is not for
Not
you.
for you,
Yeah.
right? I used to come down the hall. They used to make us go get our lunch and come back to the class and eat. You know what I mean? Like we couldn't even eat in the cafeteria.
Oh my God.
And then you walk through the hall, the bell ring, people walking at you like this, come through the hall and shit with lunch in your hand. Hey, Nick, get some fries. Go ahead, man, with that shit. Go ahead, Slim. Go ahead. Like,
Or you're the one in the classroom eating and his ass walking past your classroom talking shit.
talking trash, talking cash trash. You be like, can you at least shut the door? Damn, shut the door. God, people walking by, they know it's already a retarded class. Shut the door. Shit. Trying to embarrass us all the time. Shut the door.
They call it LD.
ALD, that was it. That was the spot.
Oh man.
And it was just to the point, man, it was crazy.
And look, up Hammond, they had an LD class on the first floor, and then they had a super LD in the basement.
Yep. I'm gonna tell you, my class was so small. They had our class in the film room in the auditorium. It was like 5 of us. That's it. When you come into school, you don't go to a classroom. You go to the auditorium, and that's your classroom right in the auditorium.
Hey man, God rest his soul to my buddy Harry Wright. When we was in 7th grade up Minnie Howard, out in Alexandria, we had to catch King Cab. We couldn't get on the bus. So the cab picked me and Harry up in the morning. Mr. Gibbs and all that. Yeah, picked us up. We couldn't catch the bus with everybody else.
Man, I
got in
stayed
trouble.
kicked. Always get kicked off the bus.
We couldn't go.
Always
on the
get
bus.
kicked off the bus.
Hey, where Marvin at, boo?
Oh man, old Marvin, he probably at work. What's the day? Thursday. Marvin probably at work now.
I stayed.
Slinging wine. Mom slinging wine.
We used to go to school in the morning. Hey, Doug.
Learn how to make on Camp 7.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
You remember that Cisco?
Cisco, yeah.
Man.
That was my time. I was in the when I was.
He was saved from the system.
Oh, you were saved? Boy, you lucky. We used to take that thing to school. As soon as we get off the bus, it was time to get back on the bus.
That was
the
liquid-
worst.
liquid boat.
Oh, that was the worst drink
That was
ever.
liquid boat.
That was a liquid boat, and it was fight. You gonna fight? If you drink Cisco, you fight.
Yeah.
I
Hey
don't care
look,
what you
I
fight.
get. You know my mom. I just seen your brother at the funeral, Zany. My mom passed. Just buried my mom, and Rodney and Nate came.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, man. He knew my mom. His sister took care of my mom too.
Yeah.
Dave's sister before my mom passed. And I remember giving my mom back in the '80s, the late '80s, gave her and her friends some Cisco.
Woo.
And look, hey, look, when me and my cousin Tom came back to the house,
Thunderbird.
hey, it worked. They didn't know what they thought it was Thunderbird. They thought it was like Thunderbird. Nah, this wasn't no Thunderbird. My mom said, "Don't you never bring no shit like that."
And they still sell it. They still sell it to this day.
Hold on, what's that drink called? What is it called? Four Loco?
I don't know. I ain't had no
You know
drinks
what I'm
in 21 years. I don't know.
That Mad Dog 2020? That
Yeah,
was my
Mad
shit
Dog
right there.
2020.
Mad Dog 2020 had me one time laying at the front door. I couldn't even
Look at the name, Mad Dog.
Wild Irish Rose.
Yeah, wild, right. That wild Irish.
That
Ain't had
Wild
no
Irish
break
Rose.
fast.
That was that wino drink.
You ever had that 190 proof grain clear alcohol? That
Ooh,
190 proof?
Everclear.
Oh
Jesus.
my goodness.
As kids, because it was in 7-Eleven and shit like that. We could still let as kids. That's
Yeah,
Hey,
you
you know that
that-
when we used to go in at 7-Eleven and distract them and get the bottle and go to the park and everybody be
See,
up
if
there.
you from DC or Maryland, they sell liquor. I mean, well, they sell alcohol
Right.
in Virginia 7-Elevens.
Yeah.
They don't sell them in DC 7-Eleven.
Right.
Nah.
So they sell them in Virginia 7-Eleven. So these kids out here, y'all call the privileged kids, they be getting drunk a long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I was just at the gas station because I work off of Lee Highway, and they had a whole row of Mad Dog 2020. But I was like, where these come from?
And
I was like,
listen,
Jesus.
Zany mom, like I tell you, my mom moved to Centerville. And Zany, Doug's mom, they live in Centerville. Zany and my brother Tavares, like I said, his best friend.
Right.
And Zany, Doug's house was out. That was everybody met. We all meet at dugout.
That was the spot.
That's the spot. But look, they had some Caucasian guys out there. They get twisted. They get twisted. So this is not an isolated thing. Getting twisted and substance abuse and all that stuff. It's not isolated. we don't corner the market.
Okay, that's true. That's true. It is. They just report us, but it's pretty much it. We just the ones get reported for everything. That's all.
Right.
White kids had Remy and Exo and all that shit, and they turned Bob.
Damn
And
good.
Coke.
And yeah. And they had that good weed too. I ain't gonna lie, I can't front. They did have.
And they use coke so
Yeah.
casually.
Yeah.
They might have guests over at the house. They be doctors and stuff.
No
The
doubt.
parents be doctors. They got coke on the table with the.
Yeah,
You gotta love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
So man, let me ask y'all this then. Let me ask you this. Man, first thank you guys for coming through this, John. We ain't done the 9, so hold on to your lug nuts.
Say the love now.
Yeah, I want to ask you, when you're doing comedy, is it a spiritual thing? You found your niche? Because I know with the things I do with substance abuse, that's my love. So I really don't work. It's just like, you pay me for this. So how y'all feel when it comes to comedy? It's not work no more, is it?
Oh no, it worked for me.
Oh, it's work.
Yeah, I don't do shit for fun. Ain't shit for fun.
No. I ain't talking about the monetary thing. I'm talking about the joy of doing it. I ain't talking about monetary. Like I get paid for my job too, but I'm saying.
I go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me go first.
Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster thing with me. I always enjoy uplifting people and lifting people's spirits. But the business part, it kind of, when I came up, I loved to watch comedy, dog. I love to watch it. I love to laugh at everybody. But once you get in the business now, I don't even watch comedy like that. I don't watch people stand up because there's a business now, and I don't want to. They would tell you, there's so much shit there's so much joke stealing. There's so much shit going on where if you say the same premise as another comic and somebody gets a TV first, and we inspiring comics, so everybody thinks that their material is theirs, and so I stopped watching comedy. I'm a comedy, like I say I'm a comedy connoisseur, and I can tell you everything about comedy, but I grew up watching it. I could watch everybody's shit. I would go on all the specials. I can't tell you the last time I watched a special. I go on, I might watch somebody's Netflix special every now and then, but to me, it's about my craft now.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to be influenced by.
It's about business with me now. It ain't about just going to be funny and because I get tired of people, like I told you before, I get tired of people ask me, hey, tell me a joke. This shit ain't for free no more with me. It ain't, but if you're around me and you family, you're going to be like, hey, that nigga, he going to be funny around us just naturally, not trying to tell jokes. I hate a nigga that always got to tell jokes every time you get around. I don't like that nigga.
Oh, that's annoying because and when they do that, when somebody like when a comedian actually tell you jokes every time you see them, it's because they're practicing on you.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, they're like, how do you think about that? How do you think? Look, hey, nigga, save it for the stage. Like, save it for the stage. I get it, you my man, but dog, come on.
Dave, if you meet Dave or you meet Dave and y'all have, we don't look like comedians. They ain't don't say shit. That nigga be sitting right there just looking.
That's it. No bullshit. I don't say shit.
Think inside.
So even right now, I can go to any show I go, I keep my notes. Anywhere I go, I'm in my car, I'm like this, just going through my material.
So I want our audience, because we worldwide with this program. So I want our audience to know that this is about. See, this is what happens when you build relationships. These guys are doing comedy on a high level,
For sure.
right? But when you build good relationships, y'all, just like when Amy get her guests here, when Rodney get his guests here, when Nate bring his guests in, most of the time we don't build relationship with these people.
And then you do business afterwards.
Yeah. Relationship is more important, because if you do good business, then even, you rather do good business than just than anything else.
Yeah.
Good business.
You always want to have that business aspect of good business. But again, back to your question, man.
Once you've been in a relationship with somebody, y'all can come to my house and eat, and we ain't got to talk business. Y'all can come over eat what y'all want.
Yeah,
Anytime.
yeah,
That's
that's
a
real.
relationship.
That's
a
real.
relationship,
But
right?
real talk, like I said.
Anytime. If I know you and I done met you before, and I know I love to feed motherfuckers. So
Oh, you
anytime
do,
y'all want
good.
to eat,
So you know you done invited us over now,
At
right?
least twice. At least twice.
At least twice. You done invited us over more than once. You keep talking about you cooking.
Dana took me to his hometown where his people so.
Oh yeah, they do go down.
Yeah, they from Mud Puddle, Virginia. Small town if you blink it.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Williamstown.
I know, I'm just messing with it.
Yeah. That's what it said though. But real talk though, like I said, man, I love comedy. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. This is what's gonna be the rest of my life. There's no doubt, no question. Some people don't even find their passion on what they want to do with their life.
That's what I'm just
Now,
talking about.
this is it.
Right.
There it is.
I don't care what you do. This is it for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm to the point. I love comedy, but like, and I get like shaky when I don't hit the stage within 3 days. Like if I'm at home and I'm doing, I'm like, I gotta find stage.
So you a joke junkie?
I'm a joke junkie. Yes, I am a joke junkie. You goddamn right.
So let me ask you this then: how is it when you doing the set? What leads you to go into the movie aspect of comedy, or is that something that's
Just go with it. That's what you're saying?
yeah? Is that something that's like it's a certain level that you go and then you move into that? Because we get a lot of comedians. They still do the stand up,
Right.
but they then start
Transition to
they
that.
transition.
Yeah, and that just goes with like yeah, and definitely in time.
What you say, Doug?
That shit's like opportunity.
Yeah.
You can be a comedy for 1 year on stage and a motherfucker get a script.
Somebody can say
That
it.
shit is where you at.
Yeah.
And who we know.
So is it almost like being at the right place at the right time?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you
That's
this.
with everything.
It really is.
That's true. And you can't be a motherfucker that can't read a script and be seen somewhere. You sure.
Yeah, you gotta be able to
The right
do
place,
that.
the right time.
And-
If you are able to act or you are able to transition into that role, then of course, most people do. But you look back at like Kevin Hart, dudes like that. Kevin Hart hadn't been in the comedy on stage that long
Right.
before he transitioned. You got dudes like
Chris Tucker.
I
Chris
can
Tucker was
name a million
brand
motherfuckers,
spanking
right?
new. Well, he got that, but he got this shot on Def Jam, and when they seen it on Def Jam, they're like, oh, Ice Cube did him. So it's the opportunity, it's the vision, being able to get out there. And once you get out there, and once you get them scripts and you start working like that in the movies, now you ain't really got time to write. Now you go get writers to write your set for you. So when you see them niggas out there doing Kevin Hart and Chris Rock and them doing set after set, year every year, them writers.
Oh, okay.
Them writers, they're not sitting in the motherfucking room like we sit in the room and shouting down and getting. They got 4, 5, 10 writers around there writing, and they go out there and work them jokes out. Oh, I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna let this one go. I'm gonna keep this one.
Okay.
And then they get
Oh,
their
okay.
hour special.
See, we
Them
learned
bad
something.
bitches- them
See,
bad bitches hit me
learn
like
something.
that.
Yeah.
We just learned something because
Yeah.
you know what I thought?
What?
I thought that what y'all do is y'all sit back in the bathroom or something and just constantly try to come up. But you got actually people
That's a
that
skill set.
People writing.
they got skills in making people laugh.
Right, yeah. I mean, they got skills. I mean, they came up with, writing their own shit, but them niggas, they got writers.
See, so like Mooney wrote a lot of stuff for Richard Pryor
Right.
and all them.
Right.
So basically, like those writers, they know what kind of joke will fit you.
Right.
So it's a skill set to
Right.
that too.
Yes, skill set to be a joke writer, comedy writer. I mean, because you got a lot of comics write for a lot of the late night shows. That's on TV right now. Comics write those skits. I mean, the host presents them, but the comedians write them. They'll write them a set and then go hit the stage, the same night or whatever. So they all got writers. That's what it's about.
So Dave Chappelle.
What about him?
I don't think Dave didn't have a whole lot of motherfucking writing.
Yeah, he ain't had a whole lot of writing.
Yeah, no, he did a lot of writing for motherfuckers, but Dave Chappelle's a genius. So I mean, as far as the Dave Chappelle show, he had people who
For sure.
put input in it, but he did that shit. Most of that shit was like input from the other dudes was on his joint with him, but
Right.
that was like a quarterback joint right there. Dave Chappelle ran that, and he don't need no writer. So
Yeah, Dave, he always come off to seem like the type of guy like he hit the facts what you're dealing with right now.
Right now.
And so he'll take something that's literally some people may not find to be amusing, but he'll bring it across that you have done.
And everybody can't do that.
You hear what Doug said?
When you present it, make it humorous.
Yeah.
Hey,
When
Doug,
you present it, make
Doug.
it humorous. It's like
that one word you said when you mentioned Dave Chappelle, you said genius. So like you guys are definitely funny. It's hard, and I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to make me laugh. So you guys make me laugh. Hurt my side, almost hurt my side. When I seen you did the host thing up Ocean City the first time, Doug. I mean, you hurt me. You hurt me. You know when somebody said, "Oh, you got me that time."
Right. Boo sit there with them glasses on and shit, with his glasses tilted down like a school teacher and shit. Be looking at you on stage. Yeah.
Both of you guys are not. Y'all are definitely funny, man. And man,
it's work though. It's
Yeah.
work. I'm telling you, it's work. It really is. Cause I mean, again, and you see when you hit the stage, you're set. But it's a lot to get to that point. You know, even throughout the day before the day of the show, you know, some shit might pop off that you got to deal with that's in your head, but you got to put all that to the side. You got to stay focused.
and go to work.
And go to work.
And go to work.
And deal with it after the
Your
fact.
family, your wife
Yep.
tripping, your kids
You gotta
hungry,
drop it. You
the
gotta drop
motherfucker at the job got on your nerves, and you still got to get
That's right.
to what you got to do and go to work and make people laugh, man. It's one of the, it's where in entertainment, the raw entertainment is one of the hardest acts that I believe. I don't give a fuck about nothing. This is one of the hardest jobs in the entertainment business.
Even before I go on stage, like an hour before I go on stage, I don't answer my phone. If I ain't talk to you within that time period, it's my time to get into my zone, then you just short.
Let me ask y'all something. What do y'all think about comedians like Robin Williams and Jim Carrey, as far as how they funny as hell, hysterically funny, but they have hit so many lows mentally, but yet they struggle with certain things, but they still are like some of the funniest comedians on the planet.
It's that pressure
Come on,
that's
Mel
put
Hill.
on you. It's that pressure that's put on you to continue to stay funny.
I think Robin Williams had some other shit going on other than.
But it's a lot of comedians.
But that's my point. It's that pressure that's put on you that you have to deliver. You have to deliver. So, like, if you saying to yourself, you got these TV shows, you got these movies, and you about to do a special, you have to. That's pressure. I mean, that's the higher level that you go in comedy. That's pressure. It's not just a walk in the park. Because you're so demanding. People are so demanding of you at this point to where it just puts a lot of pressure on you. So some of that pressure, you gotta like bottle that up. You can't be out there cussing out people and going off on people, and you gotta bottle it up. So by the time you get behind them closed doors where you can release it, that's where it comes out at.
Or find some way to cope with a lot of that.
And that's sometimes it's drugs or medication, drinking. It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But it's pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know who somebody I do honor in the game that I feel like that I'm on this level is Petey Green, man. Petey Green had everything right in his hands, and before he jumped out there and put his feet in some shit he knew he wasn't ready for, you know what he said? He said, "Man, I ain't fuck it."
Hey, all jokes aside now,
Oh God.
when he mentioned Petey Green, I met his daughter at your mom's house.
Yeah, Petey, my cousin Sean got a son by Petey Green's daughter, Petey Green.
Yeah,
I know
my
Pine, I
man
know
Sean
he's
Scott.
all that.
Yeah.
But just
And
to
you even
speak
notice.
on somebody who been on a level who was ready for it, he didn't die because of his success or no shit like that or take his life. But he straight up says, he's like, "Man, I just like to make motherfuckers mad. I like to soothe people's soul. And sometimes some of us are just here for that. We just here for that. The fame and all that shit might not mean nothing to none of us. I'm just saying, while I'm here right now, I'm gonna take advantage of the monetary advantages because I know God. That's what God gave me. He gave me the gift to do that. So I'm gonna get mine. Either if it's for some pennies, if it's the chilling circuit, or if it's the big stage,
There you
I'm
go.
gonna take mine as they come. I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm not gonna act like I'm supposed to be here, or I'm funnier than this motherfucker. I take mine as it comes. And when I'm gone, I just like to leave that legacy. This nigga was funny, and he played fair. He do, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is with me. Some people jump out there and they want the fame, but they forget about the funny. You know what I'm saying? They forget about what they're doing, and then those are the ones that get out there and be like, they too big to sign autographs or too big to come around people that they grew up with. I'm a regular nigga. I'm the same nigga from the stage to the neighborhood. I go around there where they smoking at and they doing everything every day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the same, but I'm gonna just take my flowers as they come, man, and that's just me. That's all I can say about it.
Well, that's why I wanted you and specifically you and Dave to be the guests for this show, man, because you guys definitely deserve your flowers while you're here, and while you still can actually know their flowers. You know?
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to put a flower, give you flowers, and you know, what's that?
I can't smell them, and I can't smell them. And I can't smell them.
At all.
Right, because you definitely deserve them, man, because, you know, being an artist, you know, I know from doing, you know, the go-go thing, man, especially when you're your own CEO,
Right.
from that aspect, I don't care what genre you're in, it's hard.
It's hard. And doing comedy, like you said, Doug's 17, I'm 20 years into things like that. It's still, you still gonna put in that work. You still got like the rest of your life to go. And like a lot of these comics that you see now that's blowing up, these comics been out here for 30 years, 35 years before they got their break. So it wasn't some of them was overnight, but all this is not. It's a lot. It's work. It's work. Constant work. And getting that.
It's
that
very
time
few
on
that's
break.
overnight.
It's very few that's overnight. I mean, the internet and Facebook, that's done a lot for a lot of comics. You know, a lot of, you know, up and coming comics. It help a lot. But trust me, that stage don't lie.
It sends them from social media straight to the stage.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They don't got to do no whole lot of road work and stage work.
Yeah.
It sends them straight from the shit they editing and motherfucking recording. That's film shit.
Yeah,
It
that's
sends
real.
them straight from that to that, man. I'm telling you, the average person that you see that's a social media hype ain't shit on stage.
Because that stage don't lie.
And that's
Stage don't lie.
other than I can't even call it. I haven't seen a lot. Like Country Wayne, he's funny on stage sometimes.
Yeah. That stage don't lie though. If you ain't been working, putting in that work, that stage don't lie because your timing off, your jokes off, you know, everything's off.
And you have different comedians where you got some that are stand-up comedians. You have some that are
Improv comedians. Yeah.
Like, for example, y'all may know my cousin, Jahan Jones. So he is more of an improv comedian, or you'll find him on Instagram. He's like a serious Instagram sensation where he does a lot of improv. And he's been on The Wire, so he's an actor slash, you know, everything. So comedians, I don't know, I guess now because of social media, things like that, many tend to not box themselves in. They're not just comedians, they'll go comedians slash actors slash blah, blah, blah.
Well, a lot of that stuff filters to acting.
Say that again, Deb,
Like
I'm sorry.
if you do music, a lot of musicians go into acting.
Yeah, it's all a transition.
Yeah.
It's definitely all a transition because
Don't
you
box
want to.
yourself in. Don't box yourself in.
Yeah, don't box yourself in, for sure.
If the world, as the world listening, Doug said, don't ever box yourself in, goddamn it. When they call and ask me, can you do something that I ain't never did it before, you goddamn right I can do it.
That's right. I'm on my way. Send me the script.
Goddamn it. Can you be a headliner? You damn right. I ain't got but 10 minutes. And you damn well, we ain't have but 10 minutes
real.
of comedy. Can you
That's right.
headline? You motherfucker right. You goddamn
No, you're right. You're right.
And you learn.
You learn.
Shit.
Because that's the only way you're going to learn. You got to go through it. You just got to go through it.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't, sometimes they say, look, do 40. You be like, I got 30, but I'm going to stretch just 30. I'm going to stretch just 30 out there.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Well, Doug, you already know how to put some cut on it, Doug.
I stretched mine long as shit. The only nigga that went to Paradise and got a $50 package of the lid of boat and sold 400 sacks out of it.
wow.
Hear me. I'm
Wow.
the only nigga got a $50 lid from Paradise and made $400 off.
World record.
World record.
Hey, but no joke though, Doug. given talent, right? And then you just do right with it.
Yeah.
That's how you change your life.
Yeah.
You know, because you found your niche legal and you're doing what you're supposed to do. So that's what I was talking about earlier. I found my niche when it comes to substance abuse counseling and speaking. Because I talk a lot anyway. I always talk a lot.
That's one motherfucking thing about you.
Yeah, he talk.
That's a goddamn show.
He called me one time. I was at the store. I was like, all right, bro, I gotta go. But let me say this after. Let me say this. I'm like, I'll talk to you later, boo. Let me say this right quick. I'm like, God damn.
Oh my God. But my cat is choking.
Right.
God
I'm gonna call you back, boo. I'm gonna call you back.
My cat choking. Shit.
And then if you hang up on her, he'll send you a text. Listen to me, girl. I'm like, damn, bro.
Hey, look, like Amy gonna give a hammer. Like Amy gonna get a cat a hammer. The cat choking.
Right.
The cat choking.
She gonna give a hammer.
Yeah, Boo the talking. Boo can talk there. He can talk for sure. Hilarious. Boo get it in though. Boo been out here for a minute, man. Boo been out here for a minute, getting it in, showing love, man. It's been a beautiful thing, man. It's good to see you grow, man. It's a good look. No bullshit. It's a good look.
That's definitely,
It's a good look,
I
man.
appreciate you, man. 'Cause,
Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
If you wake up, when you wake up every day, Boo, and everybody on the phone right now, or in the studio, motherfuckers is dying like we changing drawers. Every day you get them change your drawers, a motherfucker gone. I'm trying to tell you, and we got to take advantage of what we got right now, man. So
Right.
anything you got, anything God bless you with right now, take advantage of it, man. Because somebody ain't gonna wake up tomorrow, man. That's the truth.
Right.
And it's sad, but it's the truth.
You definitely don't want to go through life with no regrets.
No.
So what you're talking about, man,
There's
is
a lot of them out there.
is being grateful, man, and being the best you can be. Your only competition is the man in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I know today. My competition, when I look up in the, right there in the mirror, that guy right there. I want to be better than I was yesterday.
That's all it takes too. That's what it's about, man.
So I thank you guys, man. I thank you guys, but it ain't over. We got 30 minutes.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's rumble. So
get it.
now we want to talk about those times that Doug mentioned earlier. He had 4 people in there. Yeah, when you got that one person at the bar and they drunk, don't that's right. Well, I know you had to go through those type of obstacles. You know, cause man, I done had shows where I had about a couple people at the show, so I already know. Dude, you know how was that, man? You know, having those shows and keeping yourself, you know, energetic to do the show anyway.
You know what? We still had those shows. Those shows are
We
still.
still had a show. I ain't had too many where they was like, we ain't gonna do the show, but I've had shows where they was like, nah, let's not do it. I didn't get my money, and I've had shows where I got my money and they didn't do the show, and I've had it where we got the money and it was 4 people in there, and the energy. I try to keep my energy the same. I don't give a fuck what set I'm on, what stage I'm on. I try to keep my energy the same, but I'm not gonna say that I haven't been where I felt like, man, I don't feel like doing this shit, and I gave a half-ass job, or I have, because that's just how it happens.
Human nature.
And it could have been the time that I didn't get my money, you know what I'm saying? But the show must go on regardless, and that's just how I feel about it. I've never been like, I'm gonna quit. I never said, oh, I ain't gonna do the show because it ain't before people. Either I let the promoter make the decision, and whatever the decision is, that's what I go with. And 9 times out of 10, I give my 100% at the show, no matter what. I don't give a fuck who it is. Actually, me and Alex Scott made a newspaper ad and radio with 4 people, and the DJ didn't show up, and we had to do the show with a spoon. We had the microphone. Yeah, but the shit made the newspaper, so it varies.
But you know, that's just like any type of artistry, musicians, comedians, actors,
Show
whatever.
must go.
You have, the show must go on for 1, but for 2, just okay. Let's say the crowd is only 3 people there. They're still paying people. They're still
They deserve a good.
they still deserve a good show, and you don't know who you're performing in front of. Like
That's right.
that, the person you're performing in front of, that could be the CEO of Def Comedy Jam, or I mean, you know, I'm just throwing out names.
Yeah.
You don't know who it is, so you want to always just give your best.
And what's crazy, you know what's crazy though?
That's
Like
it.
sometimes, you know, doing shows like that, it's a good look, and being in front of people. Like I just did a show Monday. You know, it was a baby a gender reveal party. The girls having one boy, one girl. You know, and once they found out it was gonna be a boy and a girl, everybody got up and left. So now it's it's two people inside the event hall because everybody gone. Now I don't think they knew it was gonna be a comedy show, but they just got up and they once they found out it was gone. So you in there at first,
That was a joke.
you like, oh man, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice tonight.
So
And
it was a promoter or somebody just hired?
the promoter.
So he said, "Get out there, Dave."
Right, it's like pretty much like
So why didn't tell you that they was gonna have a comedy show after the fact?
I have no clue.
Sometimes the ball get dropped.
I just you just show up. Yeah, sometimes the ball get dropped and you just show up. And then once everybody got up and left, they looking. You see one person, the DJ, and one person sitting in the chair. You like, what y'all gonna do? You know what I mean? Like how you want Curry? You want
That one person knew about the comedy show.
One person that knew about the comedy show.
So he was sitting there like
He's
this.
sitting there like this. and look, you looking at him like you want your money back or what you want to do, cause like.
But nah, make me
But
laugh.
we will perform. I mean, we perform baby showers and birthday parties and go. Comics know though, like, look, this gonna be one of them nights. It all depends on the energy.
You
they
put a
have.
hundred going and the bill
You
of
got
permission.
that money already. Niggas had already spent that money, so you already at work, so you got
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
want you to wherever. If you already spent that bread, you got to work.
You got to work. Yeah, you got to give it to them. But like I said, it's not always just on the comedy stage. You know, like I said, it could be any event. Like you said, family event, a birthday, somebody's 60th birthday party, or whatever like that. You got to give it to them. And the atmosphere change every time.
Right.
The atmosphere is never the same. You know, you go in front of.
He tell y'all he love comedy. He ain't lying. That motherfucker would do a roach race. They don't know.
Roach race.
You ain't never lied, nigga.
Hey, look.
Just call my name, nigga.
Hey,
Just
look.
call my name.
Hey, look. I got the clip. See, I keep all my
Just call
stuff.
my name.
I got a clip with Dave host at the Elks Lodge in Alexandria, right?
Those years ago.
And we couldn't. Somebody forgot the tamarines. And we had one of those tamarines with the cover on. And then Dave, what'd you say, Dave? You
What did I
remember that?
say? No, I
Dave
remember the night.
said that they got Harriet Tubman. I mean, not Harriet Tubman. What was the other lady who was on the bus? No,
Oh,
the hell is that? You said,
Rosa Parks.
yeah, he said Rosa Parks got her church tamarine. Something like that.
Now, hey, Doug, let me tell you something about this night. This was the night, like I said, we had the show. It was BYOB. People came in that joint with so much shit, it was ridiculous. You thought like cookouts, they had like cases of ice and bags of food. I'm like, nigga, what's going on? It's about BYOB Slim. It was like
packed,
grocery
though.
stores
It
in
was
there. It was
packed.
packed. It was packed. But nigga, they had brought so much food and niggas wasn't sharing chicken. I was like, this is crazy, Slim. We had a good time tonight, though. It was fun.
Dave was the host.
It was fun. Well, Fred Rivers was on the show too.
Yeah, him and my uncle was best friends coming up.
Yeah, Big Rick Fred. Yeah, Fred was a good dude.
Yeah, you know, Fred and my uncle. Fred was like my uncle, man, because him and my uncle was best friends since they was kids.
Yeah, actually, Fred used to live right down the street from me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fred was a good
you
dude.
know, that kind of was a shock to me when you know he passed. But Fred was another one of those guys that though he was always a comedian, on the stage or off the stage. You know.
Yeah, he's telling you jokes and trying to pull you to the side and saying shit in it. Damn, not to say, we had a funeral, Fred.
Hey, look, y'all talk about me.
Fred the
Y'all
Red.
talk about me. I had to hang up on Fred.
Oh damn! Damn!
Hey, now you say, okay, Fred. Okay, Fred. But
How long did Fred play in the NBA? How long did he play for the Spurs? You said he played for the Spurs, right?
Fred ain't played with no Spurs.
He said he played in professional football, right?
No.
Fred Rivers.
No,
He said he played.
no,
Fred said he
no.
played for the Spurs.
His first cousin is Doc Rivers.
He said he played.
Everybody, because he'll tell you that every time he sings you.
Yeah. Fred said he played for the Spurs. Y'all
He
said
said he
wrong.
played?
I'm saying what he told me. He played for basketball, professional NBA
Did you
basketball.
look him up?
No, I ain't look him up. I believed him. I believed him. He said Fred was tall. He played.
He said he was tall.
Man, hey, you know, actually, I grew up with him. I'm gonna tell you, I thought Fred was gonna be a pastor because his father was a preacher.
Oh, okay.
And
His
Fred,
grandfather.
his grandfather.
Yeah, that
Yes,
was his grandfather.
his grandfather.
All right.
And Fred grew up in a very strict environment.
His father was real strict.
They, you know, he had an older sister
Yeah.
that they was really, really attentive to. But Fred was he was a comedian on and on.
Fred said his sister put him in the hamper, and then he heard something.
He tell us
He
stories
said,
all the time,
yeah,
man.
wooden hamper. They had a wooden hamper, and she nailed it shut.
Wow.
He said she tortured him.
Yeah, she used to give him a rough time.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, that was real. But you know something? This is for everyone that's in the public eye. People don't realize that this is an unselfish thing you do when you're giving of yourself. You
Yeah.
get on stage.
Right.
They don't understand that this is a really, really a part of your life
Yeah.
that you share.
That I'm laughing about. There's some of it is hurt, but some of it is pain.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
people take offense.
Yeah, ain't that right?
I'm
People
gonna
take
tell-
offense.
Hey, Doug, hold on for that. Before we glass by, see, I got a point guard and quarterback here. So before we glass over that, talk about you know sharing your making laughter your pain. Cause we talked about the gift of laughter. That's the name of the title. So, and I always said, man, you know, my mom's side of the family was real funny, and man, it got us through a lot of hard times.
Oh, definitely. I laugh. Well, I'll say this: the 5 years that I did when I met you, when I met you, Boo, that was my first job. But my second time, I laughed for 5 years straight because that shit was so vicious. Like just seeing motherfuckers getting stabbed right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? We came up rumbling and shit like that, but for a motherfucker just to over a basketball game, 6 motherfuckers try to come stab you up, and that shit was like, I got compassion, you know what I'm saying? And when I seen that shit, I'm like, so I immediately, I had to laugh every day. I laughed for 5 years straight till they said you can go home. And
They're like, take your goofy ass home
Get
somewhere.
out of here.
Yep, get your goofy ass out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And like you said, though, you gotta have compassion because
Yeah.
we were sitting here talking about earlier about, you know, comedians going in on the audience members overdoing it. Like you don't know when to back up off of. Like you just keep going and going. I feel sorry for the person that they going in on, but that's just a whole nother level though, man.
But you gotta read. But you gotta read the room.
Gotta
though,
read the
'cause if you
room.
see the
Yeah.
person's literally tearing up,
Yeah.
and you still going on, then that you done reached a whole different
I seen-
plateau in your
I
comedy.
seen-
That's not cool.
I seen a comic knock an audience member out because he was going so hard on his wife. This is called all kind of names.
I've seen females come to a nigga man as soon as he came on stage. You hear me?
Oh.
Comic went
Okay,
on
it's
stage.
serious.
Comic went on
This
stage.
comic thing
to
serious,
approach
ain't
the
it?
comedian
You
and
gotta
knocked
read
him
the
out.
room.
Just
You
knocked
gotta
the dude
know
out.
when somebody is
Well-
not playing.
You know, I mean, because you just overdo it. You just beat him and beat him and beat him like you win, like you won, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, because you don't know what people are literally battling. They're
Right.
coming there for therapy or for whatever reason
Right.
they're coming to laugh.
Right.
But they don't want to be the butt end of someone's joke.
Yeah.
In the
But
sense,
they could have been picked on their whole life.
But I can
You don't know
say
what you're
this.
triggering.
I can say this, and I we talk about different people who doing different things.
Yeah.
But one of the best medicines in the world is laughter.
They laughed.
Yeah.
And I remember I do production. I was doing a show, and I had this comedian come on, and my mother had just got out the hospital. Just got out the hospital. She hadn't been out the hospital 48 hours, and she sat down there. And he was a Christian because it was at a Christian event.
Right.
He had my mother laughing so hard. And I never forget when I got home, she said, I had such a good time. She said, he just tickled me. Where did you find it?
What do you do?
He was a comedian.
Tickle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah. My mother said
That's
he
what they
just,
say.
she said he just had me so tickled. She couldn't stop that. But what I liked about it was
Tickle. That's it.
every time she talked about the jokes, she didn't think about her illness.
Okay.
She didn't think about this. What
She
was
forgot
going
her-
on.
yeah.
It
You
doesn't-
know,
yeah.
and it was a really
It
really
took
good
away
thing.
from
Yes.
It took
Yeah.
away from that.
Yeah.
So what's the title of the show?
The gift of laughter.
Laughter.
See, it's a gift.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
And
That's
so what y'all do, man, is very well received.
And when people come to you and talk to you after you get off stage, the things that they say to you, that sometimes feel better than money. Like, man, you was funny as I don't know what, man. Keep doing your thing, or you gonna make it, or whatever. Like, just the confidence that gives you to hear somebody you don't even know you know, and they come over and they like, man.
So
yes,
every rose
sir.
got its thorns, but
You
it's
know, most
worth
of
it.
my shows when people come up to me and say they be like, you was funny, but the older women in the church would be like, you going straight to hell.
Right.
Them prayers go.
Yeah, you going straight to hell. You going
You don't
straight
get the
to
prayers
hell.
go.
That's right.
I'm like, well, you go on with me because you was sitting there
Exactly.
laughing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing,
I
man.
like
It's
that
to see the reaction
controversy.
of people.
I like the edginess. I like where they, you know, if you had a good time with them, you made them laugh, but some of them still had that, like, you know what, that boy is devil.
Yeah.
But they enjoy themselves, so, because I don't like, you know one thing, I'm going to tell you this, I don't like, and I hope the world hear me, I don't like the clean comedians who come to our shows days and they can cuss at our show, but then they go do the church shows and they act like because you cuss at shows, you can't do clean shows. I ain't never booked you and said, you can't come to my show and don't cuss. Do you see the stereotype?
Yeah.
This shit, I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's like, they already assume if you cuss or you do urban rooms that you can't do clean shows. But if you do clean shows, I ain't gonna ever book you and say, hey, if you don't cuss, I ain't gonna book you.
Right.
And so you know, I'm really glad you said that because that was one of the things that was a myth for me. So you know, you got they call Christian comedians, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But a comedian is a comedian, and so it doesn't because you doesn't have the label as a Christian comedian doesn't mean that you can't do a clean act.
To me, what makes you want to say Christian comedian because you don't curse. Every Christian comedian's whole set is just not always about the Bible.
Right.
I did Christian shows on stage beside the pastor and not cuss, and you can do my regular set.
Right.
You know, it's not just you taking the cussing out of it, but you still doing your
Is it
regular.
hard to do that if you have a filthy mouth and then you try to?
No, it's really not.
I
It's
just
not.
skill.
out the gate. I'm like a sailor, and if they say it's clean, I don't get up there and I don't be like,
You cut it off.
No, if it's clean, I'm gonna do clean.
That's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
But
Yeah.
if you got to be able to do both sides. You got to be able
Right.
to adapt.
Yeah.
You have to be able to adapt, and it's
So
okay.
I learned that out the gate.
Yeah,
That's
you
something
know.
I learned out the gate. I
Yeah.
learned that you will need to do a whole lot of motherfucking time TV, auditions are 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You ain't never gonna go on TV and do more than 3 minutes to audition. So that was how I was taught. Get you
Right.
3 minutes of a set together. Anything after that is just extra.
Right.
Goddamn it, but get you 3 minutes of set together. Be here to do it clean or dirty, and that's how I learned. That's
Yeah.
just it.
And I've been around I've been around people who've done Christian shows and slipped up and said the N-word or ass or whatever. But I mean, people are human. I mean,
Yeah.
And not only that,
people are human.
there's been pastors
Yes.
on doing their sermons and they would cuss on the
Pulpit.
pulpit. Like it's been videos on social media.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
the pastor be saying certain things and then get into the word to the point where
Right.
they start cussing. It's
Right.
like, woo.
Well, my
man,
grandmother,
go
my
viral.
mother's mother, like I told you, was funny. She was real funny. So she was, she was one of the elders at the church and one of all that kind of stuff you do with the gloves on, the white
Oh
gloves.
yeah. Deaconess on.
Yeah, but she cussed real good. And she used to say, and every time you catch her, you say, well, Burn, you said ass. She said ass is in the Bible.
But you have.
She ain't using that content.
Right. In that context, like
And
you talking about the donkey.
she said, get your ass out of my kitchen. And then you said, but you said you was a Christian, you didn't cuss. Ass is in the Bible.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you a donkey right now, okay?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she cleaned it up now. I don't know how she cleaned up fuck. But she said fuck is in the Bible.
What y'all thinking about?
Well, show me that.
What y'all think about Will Smith and Chris Rock encounter on the Grammys?
It was the Oscars.
The Oscars.
It was the
yes,
Oscars.
yes.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that?
I mean, Chris Rock.
I'm surprised somebody ain't locked up.
That's what you and me both. I guess the Chris Rock, the way he was brought up, was different than. Cause me, I don't know if it's the podium, the mic, someone been upside his goddamn head while he turned. You don't turn your back. And walk, I do slap me.
The furniture would have been moving in there. Ain't no way in the world nobody standing on this motherfucking God green earth and I ain't doing nothing. I don't
That's-
Okay,
know that way,
yo,
but
But
that's Hollywood.
he got a lot to lose.
and
wait a minute. Let me say
Hollywood
this.
and money.
Yeah.
Let me say this though. When you on a platform and something like that happened, for real, I think that if that could have happened on a basketball court or something, it'd have been a fight. I think what happened
The world.
when he smacked him,
it was all.
Shock.
he went into shock
That's real.
because
That's real.
Yeah, but
for a
me,
moment.
that's Chris Rock though. Me, my nigga kick in immediately.
Hey, but wait a minute, hey bro, I get you, but I'm saying,
Hey,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
is,
It depends on the individual
Really,
though.
but I'm saying
Smack me, that
when
was straight
you
right.
when you
That
in
call was straight
but
right.
no, but hold on, when you in a tuxedo and you
I
got
have tuxedo
thousands of people out there looking at you.
I can have tuxedo with tail.
Okay, no,
Millions,
but
millions.
I see where you're going.
you see what I'm
I see what
saying?
you're saying.
What happens is it's not so much that you lose. You actually you kind of get into this point where you be like, no, he didn't just smack the hell out of me.
Right.
So
Right.
technically, I think that Chris, I think he went into shock.
I think so too.
I think because
Because
it's no
unexpected.
way that he could have at any time, and that all of us,
That's real.
you know, all of
They got to
us,
the point that we was thinking they were staying.
Now,
Right.
when you
But
said-
you're not gonna let somebody walk up on you like that either.
right?
But he said he went into shock. My mind say he should have became a shock.
No, okay, but hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me tell you something, T. And if you're real smart, let me tell you something. He played this card to the max.
He
So
played to the max.
regardless whatever you look at,
Oh,
he
we
probably
talking
said
about-
this. He said this because let me tell you something. If Mike Tyson was to walk by me and call me the B word, right? I'm not running. And I know I'm gonna pray to God that he just don't kill me when he hit me.
Right.
But you said, but
See,
see, you talking about calling you something, saying out your name.
No,
you know,
but even I'm just saying the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
point
it's
is
different. It's
Because
different.
what he did was, even after the shock, I don't give a fuck. After the slap, he walked away from him. The TV
sat back
cameras, all
down.
that. Ain't
Hold on,
nothing-
talk about it, Doug.
And all my whole life, I ain't never been in no situation where my reaction was to let a motherfucker slap me and walk away from me ever. So
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. But listen to this.
It'd have been a different story. It'd have been a different. Even if after I went at him, he whooped me or whatever. I'm just saying me.
I get it. But on this level in which they was at, it's a whole nother ball game.
Thank you.
It's another level.
Yes.
Beat that motherfucker with everything in there.
See, no.
But
no,
see, all jokes aside, like,
Hold on,
I
hold on.
understand
This is
y'all
what he
too.
said. This is what he said.
I'm
This is
just
what he
saying
said. This is what he said.
It's another level when that took place. And not only that, Chris Rock won. Chris Rock did win.
Let me tell you.
I mean, because a lot of negative on Will Smith came out.
Yeah,
Okay, let me say this.
Actually, he
I'm
destroyed
back
his
to-
family.
And it destroyed the family. And not only that, Chris Rock, when that shit happened and everything started unfolding, Chris Rock went from a 30-week tour to a goddamn whole year tour.
Yes.
He
And-
sold out
and guess
all
what?
his spots.
And on top of that,
His brother too.
but hold on.
Yeah.
And Chris at the time, even though he was at this platform, he wasn't
He
as
wasn't.
popular.
Thank you. Yes.
And let me tell you something. I don't care. I honestly think when he was in shock. Now I get you.
Marketing.
But hold
It's
on.
marketing.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's
You know something? If you really, this
We
is
talking
where,
about it now.
No, bro. But hold on. This is a lot of us.
Get free publicity.
Some people are instantaneously
We need
Smart.
We need
Yes.
our money for this. All this free
Instantaneously.
publicity we giving them.
because you know what?
He's a smart motherfucker. I give him that.
And what he do? He went from he went from now. Guess what? He is in the history book forever.
Yeah.
And not just because he got smacked, but the way that he handled it.
Let me say this too, y'all.
Oh, for sure.
Before we go any further with that, Dennis Rodman, in the words of Dennis Rodman, all publicity is good publicity. So Will got some too.
But he got destroyed.
You got destroyed.
But you
I don't
see,
think I
you
destroyed.
see how
If
Hold on.
he had another movie,
Bruh,
but
let me
you-
tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. I just saw something that was on Father's Day. Did you see that?
No, you did.
Okay, him and his kids was doing a little thing, and his son,
Jaden.
Jaden, he on the verge. I wouldn't be surprised he don't commit suicide.
yeah,
He on the verge of like
he's doing-
straight
well,
cracking
I
up.
hope he don't.
And I hope he don't. God,
get
you
rid
know,
of it.
I send peace
But
and
he on
blessings
a
to
whole
him.
different
He
planet.
on a different planet. And let me tell you something else. The whole time while they was sitting there, Will was struggling to maintain a level of I'm okay.
Calmness.
Okay.
Yes, that's the word I was calmness. Because see, what he was trying to do is he's trying to dig himself out of a hole.
That's,
That's
deep.
Well,
hold on, we got somebody. We got a question.
Yes. Dog. I think it's Dog. What's that? Dog. Black Tyro. He's says.
Daru. That's Daru.
Oh, Daru.
Daru.
That's Daniel's younger brother.
Okay,
And Miss Riley's son.
my apologies. He says exactly. It's another level that they were on. Chris came back and destroyed him on his Netflix. You have to play the game like chess. Will is struggling badly.
I agree.
I agree. The thing I'm just saying is, it depends on, like me, I'm trying to practice some Christ-like behavior in
Right.
my action. But I just don't know, and I thank God that it haven't happened to me, but I just don't know at this point in my spiritual walk.
I don't think I'd have been able to be a Chris Rock.
But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, though. Let me tell you something.
You hear people say, "Oh, I done did this," or "That motherfucker wouldn't did that to me." I'm telling you honestly, from the heart, I know me. I know I would have probably fucked up my career or whatever, or whatever the case may be. I know I wouldn't have been able to take that slap like that.
Let me tell you. Let me say
I
this.
think the level that I might have went after the show, when we got backstage, and that motherfucker was still there after the stage, or like my mama could have been on stage or on, and the artist would be like, "Don't do it." And my mom was sitting right there and gave me a look, be like, "Don't do it yet, Doug," because she know how I'ma go. But after that, after the backstage shit, we rolling, nigga.
But hey, look.
What's going on?
Let
We
me.
rolling after the motherfucking show. No matter what you have TV here.
It's over, Doug. It's over.
But again, let me tell you this. Even in
Hey, Will, don't let Doug see you.
No, hold on. I want to show you something. How many football players and people in the sports you see that they got a physical contact, right?
For sure.
And a lot of them understand the magnitude of showing that you lose control.
Right.
So we looking at Chris Rock. Chris Rock was never an aggressive guy.
no,
He wasn't even aggressive in his comedy.
We know that.
For real.
But I think what was going on with Chris, he was bullied. I think he was bullied.
No, he said that. He said that. And guess what? You know something? Chris did probably what he did if he wasn't even a celebrity.
Right.
He still was put in shock.
Yeah.
See, because you got to understand that some people's just not built that way.
It look
But
like
you understand why he was like that? Because he was bullying his wife.
But see,
Who?
Everybody was
Rock
doing that.
Bullying
Well, see,
everybody
Jada
bully-
Pinkett,
bullies-
and he thought that was
He
funny.
didn't bully her.
so
You don't think so?
But everybody joined everybody.
Hey, but first of all, let me tell you
No, but
something.
he had a history
No.
of
Guess
going back
what?
and forth
Now,
with her.
Yeah,
let me
for
say
a
this. Let me say this. For real. When you sitting up front, we talked about that.
Yeah.
You're set up to possibly be a target.
He was
But
talking
wait a minute.
for years.
Yo, but
For whatever
still,
reason.
But you
but
also
still.
know. You also know this
It's
is
a
not.
history
This is
behind
the
that.
first time they had. that.
And we understand
Right.
that. But
Right.
guess what?
First
They
time
had
that
hold on,
they had a
we got
nation. We got
hold on,
another.
sir. Hold on, sir.
It says Martin Luther King took a slap and didn't hit back. Look what that did for culture.
Hey, and
Hey,
again,
look. We got different views on it,
no, we
and
do.
that's okay. And
No,
that's
and
okay.
I'm glad that you brought that up because actually this is when
Ain't
we're
no
talking
open
about
can of worms,
right.
huh?
No, she did. She
She
opened
did good.
a good can of worms. We all went fishing, but when we think about this, and this is one of the things also that we have to realize as we move forward. Sometimes you have to take the professional position and think
On a high road period.
because you know what? For real.
I understand.
Wait, hey, can you imagine if they had got to fighting on that stage? What that would have done to us as a whole,
See,
as a culture,
y'all
with
bring
our
up,
culture.
See,
y'all,
they can't even
listen,
go to
listen,
the
yes.
yeah, but you
Grammys
brought
or
up,
whatever
you
they
brought
were.
up something. I think Amy said he probably used to get bullied when he was young, and because when he smacked him, if Will was walking away, it looked like he was getting ready to go in his pocket and give his lunch money. But Will had walked away.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you know what? Again, let me
I
tell you
ain't
something.
that was good.
The brother was so shocked
Yeah, he
because
was.
let me tell you something. Also, when Will was walking up there, I can tell you this.
He thought he was gonna give him a hug.
No. Honestly, I think that Chris anticipated something. He because Will wasn't smiling.
Right.
Because if you look at it, look at his face when Will was walking up to him. He anticipated, but he didn't
Didn't know
anticipate
what.
him smacking him. And the way that we look at it right now, and I can say this because we go through this, each one of us still probably even now. And Boo, you are many people. How many times have you went out to somebody who you know tried to badmouth you? You didn't. You know why? You told me this out your own mouth. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You keep doing what you do. And so a lot of us start to get to some point. I really think that.
He don't smack me though.
Wait, hey, bro. And you know something? Let me tell you.
It's a whole different
Hey, bro.
animal. I'll be
I'm
honest.
gonna tell you right now.
But you
I
know,
got-
but listen,
no,
at my
let me
job,
say-
I've been spit on.
No, let me tell you something. I'm gonna
By
say
a
this,
client,
bro.
that's different than
Let me say this. Let me say this. I'm older than everybody in this room. I served in the United States Marine Corps, bro, and I've done some things that I had to get paid to do. You understand what I'm telling you? Now, let me tell you. I am smart enough to know, even right now, you better not hit me.
That's what we talking about.
But wait a minute, hold on. But if I'm on the subway and I got 3 little young boys right now that getting ready to jump at me, I'm smart enough to keep my mouth shut.
Okay.
Because we
You talking about a good run is better than a bad stand sometimes.
Hey,
That's
it's better for them to say there he flies than there he
If you
lies.
on that subway,
Facts.
right? But listen, if you on that same subway, right? And them 3 youngins and one of them youngins say, "Hey, old ass nigga, what you go?" And they put their hands on you. I'm sure I can tell you, you gonna grab one of them motherfuckers and try to choke the life out of one of them before the situation ends.
Wait a minute, bro.
There's a difference there.
Wait a minute, listen what I'm
Hey,
telling
hey,
you. See, first of all, let me tell you something. I'm not. If 3 young boys and they got enough nerve to try to put their hands on me, they got something on them.
They might
So
got something.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
So-
I ain't that stupid.
So-
because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna calm down. Now I ain't gonna tell you that I won't be trying to tattoo their brain, their face in my brain so I can remember them.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I would not. And dude, I hold a black belt in martial arts, and I'm gonna tell you, I know I've been trained how to take knives out of hands, how to slap a gun down, so forth and so on. One of the things that you got to remember in certain situations, you got to be the bigger thinker. You got to be the wiser one.
And you not. Hold up.
There ain't no guns or knives involved, and the 3 youngins just think they can whoop you, and one of them slap you.
Well, let me tell you what happened. One day, me and my wife was riding down, and I saw 3 youngins snatch the phone out of the lady's hand. And this is my reaction. I jumped out the car, threw the car in park, and jumped out the car, getting ready to go 10 to their behind. And my wife literally said to me, "Get back in this car. Get back in the car." And afterwards, that was my reaction.
Yeah.
But when I got back in the car, it was all these cars out there. And my wife said the one thing that made all the sense in the world. She said, "Why would you run up on them and you not know what they have?"
Yeah.
Now, for them to put themselves,
I understand that.
huh?
I understand that, but we went from a man physically walking up to you and putting his hands on you to you not knowing what you walking
So,
into.
but still, look what he had to lose.
I got reelers back in, y'all, because I got a quarterback. Rodney, pass the ball back up front. Let me set
There you go. There you
Pass
go.
the ball back up front. Okay.
What's your social media? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just point it out. So listen, look, we running out of time, right? But we gonna that might be a whole nother segment.
Yeah.
What will you do if you being smacked? But see,
my
we,
social media. My social media.
what we're talking about.
Hey,
we
boo,
talk-
what'd you say?
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother joke.
So we talking about, man, the gift of
Laughter.
laughter.
And I'm gonna tell you where you can find some laughter.
Y'all tell you plug.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you where you can find some laughter. Follow me at comedian David Carter on Instagram and comedian David Carter on Facebook. As you see, I got my Section 8 shirts on, what it stands for: success, encourage, commitment, transform, integrity, optimistic, noble. That's what it stands for. We get back to the kids. We got a backpack drive. That's August 18th. Come on out, get your kids a backpack.
Where?
It's gonna be in Waldorf at the Chuck E. Cheese over there in Waldorf on 301. August 18th. Come on out, get your kids a backpack. You can donate. Hit me up on Instagram, on Facebook at Comedian David Carter. Come on out, show the kids some love, man. Yay, yay. Thank you very much.
So hit them up on all the social medias and run the tape back if you didn't hear all that. You can run this back and find out the real address. Inbox them, find the real address. Don't be going in Waldorf and just
Only
look
one
for
Chuck E.
the
Cheese.
Chuck
Only one Chuck E. Cheese. Only one Chuck E.
Y'all know the only Chuck E. Cheese in
Only
Waldorf.
Chuck E. Cheese in Waldorf.
Okay. Hey, Doug, go ahead and plug, Doug. Go ahead and give us
Right.
where they can find you and who you are and everything, man.
Alright, man. I'm the cooking comic Doug Scott, man. You can go look me up as the Cooking Comic LLC or anything if you need to cook vittles, cook anytime. I do anything, anytime, any place as far as the food. You can go to Doug Scott 71 on Instagram. I'm just Doug Scott on Facebook. Book me for whatever, man. I do like we do shows anywhere, anytime, any place. It don't matter. Roast race, bar mitzvah, funeral. We do repasses. We do everything, man. And we do the comedy show and we cook for the repast. So,
Well, you know what? I may be reaching out to you too, because I'm in the process of getting a lineup together.
Okay.
I will message
We'll
you.
talk that from behind the scenes.
Yes,
And-
behind the
and-
scenes.
That's what's up.
She
That's
gonna have
what's
to
up.
hire the band too, cause she gotta do it right.
Let's get
So
it.
look,
That's some fun.
I just like that. Before I do a plug, I gotta talk about my main man, Kevin Ruffin the second, the inventor, the owner, the CEO of Go Roundtable, and we doing a whole lot of things. Is talking about coming out of Alexandria. Stay tuned. We'll do the Boo Jones documentary. But right now, the show is called under the Go Roundtable. It's called the Boo Jones Show, and we're doing Eastgate, my second home. We're doing the Eastgate out Southeast Washington D.C. The Eastgate series right now. But we definitely gonna get these two guys interviewed when we do the Boo Jones Show, as well as everybody in this room.
And since we throwing them plugs out there, let me throw this plug and let you know that on July 23rd here at 1934 Old Gallows Road, we will be doing one of the biggest networking events. That's going to be really, really an amazing opportunity for you to come out and show your business, network with people, let people know what we're doing. Because actually, put it back on two for me. What I want people to understand is this: we building the network platform.
That's right.
And it's like the man in the mirror is no joke. It's the show that matters. People to people, we do what we do. It's people to people, power to power, positive thing to people. With Amy and her show, we all out here networking. You see, we all here on the round table. This ain't no situation where we not showing love. So come out on July 23rd. Also to come out and to enjoy yourself. We're gonna have plenty of food. It's gonna be an opportunity for you to talk about your skills. And matter of fact, we got a comedian on there talking about he can cook. Why don't you donate a couple of plates and come on in and let's see what you can do.
Hey, look, Doug, I love you, man.
Hey,
Go ahead.
anytime, man. Let me know. Just all you gotta do is let me know when, and I got it. Whatever you need, though.
Okay.
July 23rd.
Y'all got all the shameless plugs that we not ashamed. So look, man, we just thank you, man in the Mirror Show. We thank you guys for coming out and sharing y'all lives and with us, and all these people that's watching. Man, we love you, and ain't nothing you can do about that. In the words of Nate Jenkins.
How about that?
So look, man.
What's up, Nate?
So
Hey, Nate.
that's it. Lady Z over there. Lady Z, you know what to do. Go ahead and fade us to black.
Thank y'all very much, man. Yay, yay.
Appreciate y'all for having me,
Yeah.
man. No
Thank
doubt.
y'all for having us, man. It's
My
good
man,
look.
Boo.
Enjoyed ourselves.
Hey, holler at me.
All right, Doug, I got you.